Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight on Detective Radio, we return to the very beginning of Dorothy L. Sayers' detective canon, with the case that first introduced Lord Peter Wimsey. The story is called Whose Body? And it begins with a most unusual discovery. In a respectable London flat, a man awakens to find a corpse in his bathtub. The body is entirely naked, except for a pair of pince-nez spectacles perched upon the nose. At the same time, a wealthy financier has vanished mysteriously from his bed. Coincidence? Or the hand of something darker? Join us as Wimsey, with wit and precision, untangles a web of deception, ambition, and cold-blooded murder. This is Dorothy L. Sayers' Whose Body?
Mayfair 0299, Lord Peter Wimsey's residence.
Hold the line, please. I have a call for you from Duke's Denver. Go ahead, please, caller. Is that you, Bunter?
Yes, Your Grace. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Is Lord Peter in?
I regret to say not, Your Grace. His lordship has just left to attend the sale of Sir Ralph Brocklebury's collection of books.
Oh, yes.
Bunter? I believe that's his lordship just coming in again. If Your Grace would kindly hold the line a moment. Yes, my lord?
Bunter, could you find in my catalogue? I forgot the beastly thing. It's probably up in my bedroom or on the desk.
Yes, my lord. Her Grace has just called up from Denver, my lord.
Oh, really? Hello, Mother.
Oh, there you are, dear. I was afraid I'd just missed you.
Well, you had, as a matter of fact, but I had to come back. What's up?
Such a quaint thing, Peter. I thought I'd tell you. You know little Mr. Phipps?
Phipps.
Yes.
Phipps. Oh, yes, the little architect man who's doing the Denver church roof.
Yes.
Rather. What about him?
Well, Mrs. Throgmorton's just been in quite a state of mind.
Mrs. Who?
Throgmorton, the vicar's wife.
Oh, Throgmorton. Yes?
Mr. Phipps rang them up this morning. It was his day to come down, but he rang them up to say he couldn't. He was so upset, poor little man. He's found a dead body in his bath.
I'm sorry, Mother, I didn't quite catch that. He's found what? Where?
A dead body, dear, in his bath.
Good Lord.
A dead man, with nothing on but a pair of pince-nez. Mrs. Throgmorton positively blushed when she was telling me. I'm afraid people do get a little narrow-minded in country vicarages.
Well, it does sound a bit unusual. Was it anybody you knew?
No, dear, I don't think so.
Oh, poor little Phipps. Uncommonly awkward for him, what? Well, let me see. He lives in Battersea, doesn't he?
Yes, dear. 59 Queen Caroline Mansions, opposite the park.
Uh-huh.
That big block just round the corner from the hospital. I thought perhaps you'd like to run round and see him and ask if there's anything we can do. I always thought him a nice little man.
Yes, quite. Well, thanks awfully for telling me, Mother. I'll send Bunter to the sale and toddle round to Battersea now and try to console the poor little beast. Toodle pip.
Goodbye, dear.
Bunter?
Yes, my lord?
Bunter, Her Grace, eager as always to assist me in my hobby of criminal investigation, tells me that a respectable Battersea architect has discovered a dead man in his bath.
Indeed, my lord. That's very gratifying.
Very, Bunter. Your choice of words is unerring. I wish Eton and Balliol had done the same for me. Have you found the catalogue?
Here it is, my lord.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to Battersea at once, so I want you to attend the sale for me. And now don't lose time, because I don't want to miss the Folio Dante, nor the De Voragine. Yes, here you are, do you see? Golden Legend, Winkind Award, 1493. And make a special effort for the Caxton Folio of the Four Sons of Amiens. It's the 1489 folio and unique. Look, there we are. I've marked the lots I want, and I've put my outside offer against each, so do your best for me, will you, old lad? I'll be back to dinner.
Very good, my lord.
Very well, then. Exit the amateur of first editions. New motive, introduced by solo bassoon. Enter Sherlock Holmes, disguised as a walking gentleman. So, off to Battersea, and Mr. Alfred Phipps.
I'm sure it's most kind of your lordship. I appreciate it very deeply indeed. And so would Mother, only she's so deaf I haven't really been able to make her understand.
Don't mention it, Mr. Phipps.
Mother, this is Lord Peter Wimsey.
Oh?
Good afternoon, Mrs. Phipps.
What?
I'm sorry, my lord. I'm almost thankful Mother doesn't understand, for I'm sure it'd worry her terribly if she was to know about it. She was upset at first, but she's made up some idea of her own about it now, and I'm sure it's all for the best.
I always said as you ought to complain about that bath, Alfred, and it's to be hoped the landlord will see about it now. Not but what I think you might have managed without having the police in. But there, you always was one to make a fuss about a little thing from chicken pox up.
There now. You see how it is, my lord. It's been a terrible shock to me. Such a state I was in this morning. I couldn't touch a bit of breakfast, nor lunch neither. My nerves were all to pieces. When I saw that dreadful thing lying there in my bath, Mother naked too, except for a pair of eyeglasses, I assure you, my lord, it regularly turned my stomach, if you'll excuse the expression. I had to send the girl for a stiff brandy, or I don't know what might have happened.
Very wise of you, Mr. Phipps. This girl of yours, she's a sensible young woman, what? A nuisance to have women fainting and shrieking all over the place.
Oh, Gladys is a good girl.
Uh-huh.
Very reasonable indeed. She was shocked, of course, that's very understandable. But she is really a helpful, energetic girl in a crisis. She was very distressed about having left the bathroom window open. She really was. So I didn't like to say too much to her about it. All I said was, "It might have been burglars," I said. "Remember that, Gladys, next time you leave a window open all night." "This time it was a dead man," I said, "and that's unpleasant enough. But next time it might be burglars and all of us murdered in our beds."
Quite right, Mr. Phipps.
"Yes, my lord. But the police inspector, Inspector Sugg they called him, from the yard, he was very sharp with her, poor girl. Quite frightened her and made her think he suspected her of something, though what good a body could be to her, poor girl, I can't imagine."
Oh, well, that's Sugg all over. I know him. When he doesn't know what else to say, he's rude. Stands to reason you and the girl wouldn't go collecting bodies. Difficult is usually to get rid of them. Have you got rid of this one yet, by the way?
We're still in the bathroom, my lord.
Uh-huh.
Inspector Sugg said nothing was to be touched till his men came in to move it. I'm expecting them at any time. But if it'd interest your lordship to have a look at it...
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'd like to very much, if I'm not putting you out.
No, not at all, my lord. This way. You see, it's only a small window, my lord, but big enough to get a body through.
So I observe. That down there, I presume, is the New St. Luke's Hospital.
Yes, my lord.
Uh-huh.
We had Sir Julian Freak, he directs the surgical side of the hospital, my lord, round here himself this morning. Inspector Sugg thought one of the young medical gentlemen might have brought the corpse round for a joke, as you might say. But Sir Julian looked up in his books, and there was no corpse missing, and this one didn't answer the description of any they'd had.
Well, let's have a look at him. Here, don't you trouble with the sheet if you don't care about looking at it. Oh, a bit of a dandy, your visitor, what? Parma violet. Manicure, gold pince-nez. Yeah, hey, there they go. Better put them back before Inspector Sugg returns, what? That dear old bird does hate me interfering, to be sure.
My lord, if you excuse me, my lord, it makes me feel quite faint. It really does.
Yes, of course, Mr. Phipps. You'll run along. I'll just have a quick look round, if I may.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, my beauty, let's have a look at you. Well, I never. Now, open wide. That's it. By Jove. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Munter, this is quite excellent. I couldn't have done better myself.
Thank you, my lord.
Excellent. The thought of the Dante makes my mouth water, and the four sons of Amiens. And you saved me £60. That's glorious. Well, what shall we spend it on, Bunter? It's your saving, and properly speaking, your £60. What do we want, eh? Anything in your department? Would you like anything altered in the flat?
Well, my lord, as your lordship is so good...
Well, now, come along. Out with it, Bunter, you imperturbable old hypocrite. No good talking as if you were announcing dinner. And you are spilling the brandy. The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. What does that blessed photographic darkroom of yours want now,
There's a double anastigmat with a set of supplementary lenses, my lord. If it was a case of forgery now, or footprints, I could enlarge them right up on the plate. Or the wide-angle lens would be useful. It's as though the camera had eyes at the back of its head, my lord. Look, I've got the catalogue here.
Well, it's Greek to me, Bunter, and £50 seems a ridiculous price for a few bits of glass. But I suppose you'd say that £750 was a bit out of the way for a dirty old book in a dead language, wouldn't you?
It wouldn't be in my place to say so, my lord.
No, Bunter. No, I pay you £200 a year to keep your thoughts to yourself. Tell me, Bunter, in these democratic days, don't you think that's unfair?
No, my lord.
You don't? Why not?
Frankly, my lord, your lordship is paid a nobleman's income to take Lady Worthington into dinner and refrain from exercising your lordship's undoubted powers of repartee.
So that's your idea, is it? Noblesse oblige for a consideration. Well, I dare say you're right. Well, Bunter, you can have your cross-eyed lens.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, who's that? Bunter, look, unless it's anybody interesting, I'm not at home.
Very good, my lord. Inspector Parker, my lord.
Charles! I say, this is splendid.
Hello, Peter. Hope I'm not disturbing anything important.
No, not a bit, my dear fellow. I'm delighted to see you. Come in. What a beastly foggy evening, ain't it? Bunter, some more of that admirable coffee and another glass in the cigars.
Yes, my lord.
Well, Charles, I hope you've just come from the yard full of crime. Nothing less than arson or murder will do for us tonight.
Oh?
On such a night as this. Bunter and I were just sitting down to a carouse. We both have got a body in the bath. We both have got a body in the bath. For in spite of all temptations to go in for cheap sensations, we insist upon the body in the bath.
I knew you'd been round to Queen Caroline Mansions, Peter. I saw you leaving. Thank you, Bunter.
You, old Parker Bird? What were you doing there?
I went round with Sugg to help him pick up the body. He saw you, too, and he was cross. Unwarrantable interference, he called it.
Sugg is too perfect to be possible. I love taking a rise out of him. He's always so rude. Bunter?
Yes, my lord?
Now stop fiddling about there and get yourself the proper things to drink and join the merry throng.
Certainly, my lord.
What does Sugg make of the body, by the way?
Sugg? He says it died from a blow on the back of the neck. The doctor told him that. He says it's been dead a day or two. The doctor told him that, too. And he says it's the body of a well-to-do Hebrew of about 50. Anybody could have told him that. So he's arrested the girl because she's short and frail-looking and quite unequal to downing a tall and sturdy Semite with a poker.
The girl, Gladys, what's her name?
Gladys Horrocks, yes.
Sugg of the evening, beautiful Sugg.
He'd arrest Thipps, too, only Thipps was away in Manchester all yesterday and the day before, and he didn't come back till late last night. In fact, he wanted to arrest him, till I reminded him that if the body had been dead for a day, little Thipps couldn't have done him in at 10:30 last night.
Well, I'm glad the little man has so much of an alibi. I wouldn't glue my faith to cadaveric lividity, rigidity, and all the other quiddities if I were you, Parker. What does Brown Secar say in his book about rigor mortis, Bunter?
Anything from 3.5 minutes after death, my lord, but in certain cases not until a lapse of 16 hours after death. Sometimes present as long as 21 days thereafter, modifying factors such as age, muscular state, febrile diseases, temperature of environment...
And so on, and so on, and so on. I know, any blooming thing. Never mind, Charles. You can run the argument for what it's worth to Sugg. He won't know any better. Let's come back to the facts. What do you make of the body?
Well, not very much, Peter. I was puzzled, frankly. I should say he'd been a rich man, but self-made, and that his good fortune had come to him fairly recently.
You noticed the calluses on the hands. Yes, I thought you wouldn't miss that.
Both his feet were badly blistered. He'd been wearing tight shoes.
Walking a long way in them, too, to get such blisters as that. Didn't that strike you as odd in a person evidently well off?
Yes, it did. And there were some little red marks all over his back and one leg I couldn't quite account for, too. He was very long-sighted, oddly so for a man in the prime of life. The glasses were like a very old man's. By the way, they had a very beautiful and remarkable chain of flat links chased with a pattern. It struck me that he might be traced through it because it looked fairly new.
Indeed. Bunter, did you put that advertisement in the Times?
Yes, my lord. As you instructed, it is directed to the jeweller who originally sold the chain.
Splendid. Anything more, Charles?
Afraid not. Now, let's hear your version, Wimsey.
Well, I think you've got most of the points.
Thank you.
There are just one or two little contradictions, however. For instance, here is a man who is evidently careful of his personal appearance, as witness his well-groomed hair and manicured hands. Yet his teeth are not merely discolored, but badly decayed, and look as if he'd never cleaned them in his life. Now, what do you say to that?
Well, I don't know.
Excuse me, my lord.
Yes, Bunter?
In my experience, my lord, self-made men of low origin do not think much about teeth and are terrified of dentists.
Really? Well, I dare say you're right, but I just thought I'd draw your attention to it. Second point. Gentleman with hair smelling of Parma violet and manicured hands and all the rest of it never washes inside his ears, full of wax. Oh, nasty.
Well, you've got me there, Peter. I never noticed it. Still, old habits die hard, as Bunter says.
Righty-ho, put it down to that. Third point. Gentleman with the manicure and the brilliantine and all the rest of it has little red marks on his back, which suggests what, Bunter?
Fleas, my lord.
By Jove, yes. Flea bites. Of course, it never occurred to me.
There's no doubt about it, old son. The marks were faint and old, but unmistakable.
Still, Wimsey, it might happen to anybody. I caught a whopper in the best hotel in Lincoln the week before last.
Oh, all these things might happen to anybody. Separately. Fourth point. Gentleman who uses Parma violet for his hair, etc., 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 washes his body in strong carbolic soap. So strong that the smell hangs about 24 hours later.
My lord, carbolic is a highly efficient preparation for ridding the body of fleas, my lord.
Oh, I will say this for you two. You have an answer for everything. Very well. Fifth point. A carefully got-up gentleman with manicured fingernails has filthy black toenails, which look as if they hadn't been cut for years.
All of a piece with habits as indicated, Wimsey.
Oh, yes, I know, but such habits. Rightio. Sixth and last point. Gentleman with intermittently gentlemanly habits arrives in the middle of a pouring wet night, when he has already been 24 hours dead, and lies down quietly in Mr. Phipps's bath, unseasonably dressed in a pair of pince-nez. Not a hair on his head is ruffled. In fact, the hair has been cut so recently that there are quite a number of little short hairs stuck on his neck and on the sides of the bath. And he has shaved so recently that there is a line of dried soap on his cheek.
Wimsey.
Yeah, now, wait one moment. And dried soap in his mouth. And hairs, too, bristly ones. He had a beard.
You're making me feel cold all over. Do you mean to tell me that a man would shave off his beard with his mouth open and then go off and get killed with his mouth full of hairs?
Look, I don't tell you so. You policemen are all alike, you know. Only one idea in your skulls. Blessed if I can see why you were ever appointed. He was shaved, Charles, after he was dead, to disguise him.
Right.
That accounts for the manicure and the grooming, too. Well, it's pretty, ain't it? I tell you, Charles, we're up against a criminal, the real artist, and blighter with imagination. Real artistic finished stuff. You know, I am enjoying this case. If only I had some excuse for taking it up officially. Oh, now, who can that be?
Mayfair 0299, Lord Peter Wimsey's residence.
Hello?
Yes, madam.
299?
Yes, madam.
Mayfair 0299?
Yes, madam.
Lord Peter Wimsey's house?
Yes, it is, madam.
Oh.
One moment, please, madam. It's an elderly lady, my lord. I think she's deaf. I can't make her hear anything, but she's asking for your lordship.
Oh, thank you, Bunter. Hello, Wimsey here.
Pardon?
I said hello.
Oh, it's Mrs. Phipps.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Phipps.
My son's been arrested.
No.
Can you help him?
Well, yes, certainly. I'd be delighted.
Could you come round?
Yeah, all right.
Straight away?
Right, yes, straight away.
Oh, your lordship, I feel so much safer now.
Splendid. Well, goodbye.
Hello?
I said goodbye. By Jove, what a sporting old bird. The incomparable Sugg has made a discovery and arrested little Phipps. Old lady abandoned flat. Phipps last shriek to her, "Tell Lord Peter Wimsey." Says, "Will I do what I can?" Says she would feel safe in the hands of a real gentleman. Oh, Charles, I could kiss her. I really could, as Mr. Phipps says. Oh, well, we must go round at once. Bunter, get your infernal machine and the magnesium. I feel so happy I could explode. Oh, Sug, how art thou suggified? Sug? Parker, you and Bunter go ahead and capture a taxi. I've just thought of something. If Sug's there, he's going to make trouble. I must short-circuit him. Now, off you go. I'll be with you in a moment. Hello, operator. Duke's Denver, 376, please. Did you examine Phipps's bathroom at all this afternoon, Charles? I didn't get the chance.
Yes, but I couldn't find much in the way of footprints. Sugg and Co. had trampled all over the place, to say nothing about little Phipps and the maid, but I noticed a very definite patch just behind the head of the bath, as though something damp might have stood there. You could hardly call it a print.
Well, Bunter shall subject it to the ruthless eye of his camera, and we shall see. Was there anything outside, Charles?
Sugg and I explored the ground at the back of the building. There wasn't a trace of anything there.
It rained hard all last night, of course. Did you try the roof? The gutter's only a couple of feet off the top of the window. I measured it with my stick. The gentleman's vade mecum, I call it. It's marked off in inches. Uncommonly handy companion at times. There's a sword inside and a compass on the head. Got it made specially.
Really?
Well, did you?
What?
Try the roof.
I did, yes, without Sugg.
And did you find anything?
Well, no footmarks. Naturally, might as well expect footprints in Niagara. Still, I've got some evidence that the body did walk along there.
What's that?
These. No. They seem to me to be the ravelings of some coarse cotton stuff. Sheet, perhaps? Improvised rope? One was caught in the gutter just above Phipps's bathroom window, and the rest came from the chimney stack behind, where they'd been caught in an iron stanchion.
Interesting. Damned interesting. Here we are. And there is Sugg of our heart standing guard. Oh, good evening, Sugg. You know Inspector Parker, of course, but you know my man, Bunter.
I do, thank you, Lord Peter. And what, may I ask, is your business here?
Oh, I just thought I'd buzz round and have a look at the scene of the crime, what?
Ah, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've already seen far more than is proper. So if you take my advice, Lord Peter, you'll turn round straight away and go home. Ah, Parker.
Yes, Sugg?
You're wanted at the yard immediately, missing person case. A call came through asking where you were 10 minutes ago.
Oh. Well, in that case, Wimsey, I'd better take this taxi straight back. Taxi, don't go! You can take me to the yard. Sure, Wimsey. All the best.
Ta-da, lad. Now, Sugg, before you say anything else you may regret, may I inform you that I have been retained by Mrs. Phipps on behalf of her son.
Retained? She'll be retained if she doesn't look out. Now, look, Lord Peter, I'm not letting you past. You have no business here.
Oh, look here, Inspector. What's the use of being so barely obstructive? You'd much better let me in. You know I'll get there in the end.
It's my duty to keep out the public, and it's going to stay out.
Sir,
Yes, Cawthorne, what is it?
another call from the yard, sir. Chief says every facility is to be given to Lord Peter Wimsey, sir.
But really...
5 aces, I think. The chief's a dear friend of my mother's.
Oh, no.
No, go, Sugg. It is no good bucking. You've got a full house, and I am going to make it a bit fuller. Come along, Bunter.
Yes, my lord.
But, Lord Peter...
Oh, and Sugg, just one other thing. As soon as Bunter's finished his wizardry, I'm going to trundle the old lady down to my mother's in Norfolk.
You're
now,
making...
don't argue. She's all alone here, and now you've so ingeniously arrested her son and her maid. She won't run away, Sugg.
Very well, Lord Peter.
Thank you. Right, Mrs. Phipps, prepare yourself for a visit to Duke's Denver. I hope my mother doesn't mind.
Well, it's very nice to see you, dear, even at this hour of the night.
Oh, thank you, Mother. And thank you for the cold beef and cheese. No more, thank you. Have you got the old lady off to bed yet?
Oh, yes, dear. Such a striking old person, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
And very courageous. She tells me she's never been in a motor car before. But she thinks you a very nice lad, dear.
Ah.
Yes. That careful
of her? You remind her of her own son. Poor little Mr. Phipps. Whatever made the police arrest him?
Well, Sugg must arrest somebody, Mother, and Phipps did rather a silly thing.
Oh?
It seems he got into a confusion about the train he took back from Manchester.
Yes.
Said first he got home at 10:30, then they pumped Gladys Horrocks, who let out he wasn't back till after 11:45.
Oh.
Sugg makes inquiries at St. Pancras and discovers that Phipps left a bag in the cloakroom there at 10. Phipps, asked to explain, stammers and says he met a friend. Can't say who. Didn't meet a friend. Can't say what he did with his time.
Yeah.
In fact, can't explain himself at all. Gladys Horrocks, interrogated again, says this time Phipps came in at 10:30. Immediately contradicts herself, bursts into tears, everybody's suspicions aroused, caught 'em both.
Well, as you put it, dear, it all sounds very confusing and not quite respectable. But I can't see poor little Mr. Phipps committing a murder. Yes, Bunter?
Excuse me, Your Grace. A message for his lordship. I took the liberty of answering the telephone since the servants were in bed.
Yes, Bunter?
Inspector Parker, my lord. He apologises for calling at this late hour, but would be grateful if your lordship could return to London tomorrow morning. It appears that the person whose disappearance he was called away to investigate is Sir Reuben Levy, the financier, my lord.
Reuben? Disappeared? Oh, that is sad. I do hope no harm has come to him. I must write a few lines to Lady Levy in the morning. I used to know her quite well, you know, dear, down in Hampshire when she was a gal. Christine Ford she was then, of course.
Yes, Mother dear, yes. Why does Mr. Parker want me, Bunter?
Mr. Parker asked me to tell you, my lord, that Sir Reuben Levy disappeared last night, having been spotted and recognised in the Battersea Park Road at about 9:15.
Really?
Yes, my lord. And Mr. Parker further informed me, my lord, that were Sir Reuben Levy to be shaved of his beard, he would be remarkably similar in appearance to the gentleman who was discovered in Mr. Phipps's bath, my lord.
Episode 2, Disappearance of a Financier. Lord Peter Wimsey is investigating the mysterious appearance of the body of a middle-aged man, totally naked, except for a pair of gold pince-nez, in the bath of Mr. Phipps, a Battersea architect. The morning after the discovery, his friend Inspector Parker, who's engaged in trying to trace a missing oil millionaire, calls round at Lord Peter's Piccadilly flat.
Mr. Parker, my lord?
Morning, Peter.
Ah, Charles, just the fellow I wanted to see. Come in, old lad, and sit down. Bunter, a glass of Madeira for Mr. Parker.
Very good, my lord.
Now then, Charles, what's all this about Sir Reuben Levy? Papers are full of it this morning. Let's look at this. Mysterious disappearance of famous financier. Well, what's it all about? And what in heaven's name makes you think that my body in the bath is your rich and elegant businessman, eh? My fellow's a poor working chap who's simply been groomed and manicured to disguise him.
I never said I thought it was Levy, Peter.
Bunter, what did Mr. Parker say on the telephone last night?
That the gentleman in the bath would be extraordinarily like Sir Reuben if he had a beard, my lord.
Not that he was him, you see, Wimsey, that he was like him. No, it's Sugg who's got bitten with the idea that they're one and the same just because they're both Hebrews. In fact, he's wildly telephoning Lady Levy to come and identify the body. And as she's abroad with the family, somebody may well step in and say that it is Sir Reuben, and Sugg will build up a lovely theory like the Tower of Babel and destined so to perish.
Sugg is a beautiful brain ass. He's like a detective in a novel. The idea is preposterous.
Exactly. However, what you want is the whole yarn, Wimsey, so let me tell you.
Righty-ho. But do you mind if Bunter hears it too? An invaluable man, you know, is Bunter. Amazing fellow with a camera. Bunter?
Yes, my lord?
Come and see Mr. Parker's new trick, the vanishing financier. Absolutely no deception. Hey, presto, pass, and where is he? The quickness of the end deceives the high.
Well, I'm afraid it's not much of a story so far, actually.
Oh.
Well, the old chap may have cleared off for his own reasons. He disappeared yesterday morning. The servants got alarmed as they knew he was due to attend a most important financial meeting, some deal involving millions. The old boy's known to have enemies who'd just as soon the deal didn't come off.
Yesterday morning?
Yes, a fool of a sergeant sat on the case for most of the day, and then they called me in.
Well, what have you found out?
Well, not much, I confess. He dined the night before last with 3 friends at the Ritz, and after dinner, the friends went to the theatre, but he refused to go with them on account of an appointment. Well, I haven't yet been able to trace the appointment, but I know it was in Battersea, because by chance he was spotted there at about 8:45.
Yes, Bunter mentioned that, too. Odd, ain't it, that Battersea should feature in your case as well? Who spotted him?
Well, a young woman. She was strolling up the Battersea Park Road for purposes best known to herself, if you understand me, and recognised him from her days in the West End. The girls there call him Sea Green Incorruptible. They don't waste their time with him.
And that was the last time you were seen?
No, the cook saw him on the doorstep when he returned home to his house in Park Lane at midnight. She heard him let himself in, and then he walked upstairs, undressed, and went to bed. Next morning, he wasn't there. That's all.
Oh, it ain't all, you know. Oh, no, it ain't all. That's not half a story.
But it is all. When his man came to call him yesterday morning, he wasn't there. The bed had been slept in. He'd washed and cleaned his teeth and done all the usual things. His pyjamas, all his clothes were there, and he'd put his boots in the dressing room as usual. Now, the only odd thing was that the clothes he'd been wearing were thrown rather untidily on the ottoman at the foot of the bed, instead of being folded on a chair, as is Sir Reuben's custom, looking as though he'd been rather agitated or unwell. But no clean clothes were missing.
But hang it all, Charles, a man don't come in and go to bed and then walk away again with nuddins on in the middle of the night. Did he take nothing with him?
His latchkey. But not his watch, his purse, his checkbook, nor, most mysterious of all, his spectacles, without which he can't see a step, as he's extremely short-sighted.
Wow. Now, that is important, Charles. You sure he didn't take a second pair?
No, his man Graves vouches for it, that he only has 2 pairs, both of which were found in his room.
Ah, well, you got me there, old lad. What do you think, Bunter?
Not in my department, my lord, but I would have thought that even if the gentleman had gone out with the intention of committing suicide, he would have taken his spectacles.
So you'd think, yes, or he'd have been killed as soon as he stepped off the pavement.
Any other thoughts, Bunter?
Well, my lord, it is odd that a gentleman who was too flurried or unwell to fold his clothes as usual should remember to clean his teeth and put his boots out. Those are 2 things that quite frequently get overlooked, my lord.
If you're implying anything personal, Bunter, I can only say that I think the speech an unworthy one. Is that really all, Charles?
Well, yes, except for one trifling circumstance.
God, I love trifling circumstances. So many men have been hanged by trifling circumstances. What was it?
Well, Sir Reuben and Lady Levy, who are a most devoted couple, always share the same room. In Lady Levy's absence, Sir Reuben sleeps in the double bed, as usual, and invariably on his own side, the outside. But the night before last, he slept in the middle, or if anything, rather closer to the wall than otherwise. And the housemaid, who's an intelligent girl, noticed this when she went to make up the bed, and with admirable detective instinct, refused to touch the bed or let anyone else touch it.
Now, that is just interesting.
Yes.
A sweet little problem, Parker mine. Look here, don't want to butt in, but I should dearly love to see that bedroom.
Of course you can come and see it. You'll probably find lots of things we overlooked.
Who's that?
Excuse me, my lord.
Come along to Levy's place now, Wimsey, if you like. I'm just going round there.
I can't come now, dear. I'm invited out to lunch at Wyndham's. Yes, Bunter?
A telegram, my lord.
Oh, thank you. I'll tell you what, though, Charles. I'll send Bunter along with his photographic contraption, if I may, and join you after lunch.
Of course.
Aha! A reply to our advertisement, Bunter.
My lord?
About the gold pince-nez found on the Battersea body. It's from Mr. Crimplesham of Salisbury. Claims he owns them. Well. Well, we'll deal with Salisbury later. Sir Reuben Levy must be found first. Look, I say, Charles, why don't we go into partnership? Pool the 2 cases and work them out together, what? It's always so much easier to work on someone else's job than one's own. Gives one that delightful feeling of interfering and bossing about, combined with the glorious sensation that another fellow is taking all one's own work off one's hands.
Agreed, Peter.
Stout fella. Come along then, Bunter. I better change.
Very good, my lord.
True to pip, Charles. See you after lunch.
Cheerio, Wimsey. Well, Bunter, Number 9A Park Lane.
Very good, sir. I'll be round in about half an hour. Number 9A Park Lane.
Well, this is the kitchen, Hunter. Oh, and this is Price, the parlour-maid.
Morning, Miss Price.
How do you do, Mr. Bunter?
I think Price should be able to get you everything you need, Bunter, but if you've any problems, I shall be upstairs in Sir Reuben's bedroom.
Thank you, sir. Now then, Miss Price, if you'd be so good as to pass that basket of things over, being careful not to touch any of them, we can get to work.
Here you are, Mr. Bunter.
Thank you. Water bottle, hairbrush, boots, tooth glass, bedside book, umbrella, small roll of linoleum. Oh, yes, that's from in front of the washstand, of course. Well, let's start with the bottle and the boot, shall we, Miss Price?
Yes, Mr. Bunter.
Oh, don't touch them.
Oh.
I've got rubber gloves, you see. I'm a careful criminal. Don't want to leave any traces. That's it. Now, my dear, I wonder if you just pour a little of this grey powder over the edge of the bottle while I'm holding it.
Yes.
And the same with this boot here at the top. Thank you, Miss Price. What is your other name, by the way?
Mabel.
Mabel, eh? Well, that's a name I'm uncommonly partial to. Oh, now, that's very nicely done. You've a steady hand, Miss Mabel. You see that? That's the finger marks. 3 there and 2 here, and smudged over in both places.
Oh.
Yes. Well, we'll stand them up here now till they're ready to have their portraits taken. Now then, let's take the hairbrush next.
Yes.
Perhaps, Miss Mabel, you'd like to lift him up carefully. By the bristles.
Oh.
No, we'll try the lamp black this time. Oh, perfect. That's a beautiful set. No smudge it at all, you see?
Oh, ain't this fun?
Just routine, Miss Mabel, just routine. It's when Lord Peter gets back from lunch things will really start to happen. He's probably working on a theory right now. Yes, he's probably working on a theory at this very moment.
Freddie, there's a bit of cork in my glass.
Cork? Waiter!
Sir?
There's a bit of cork in Lord Peter's glass.
Oh, I am extremely sorry.
Now, you'll hear about this, waiter. Sorry, Peter. What were you saying?
Oh, yes, well, I was just inquiring about those Argentines you're so fond of fooling around with on the stock exchange.
Argentines? Well, frankly, Peter, they've all gone to hell. Oh, Levy bunking off like that's knocked the bottom out of the market.
You don't say. What do you suppose has happened to the old man?
Well, cast if I know, Peter. Knocked on the head by the bears, I should think.
Perhaps he's gone off on his own. Possible, you think? Double life? Giddy old blighter, some of these city men, you know?
Oh, no, hang it all, Peter. I wouldn't care to say that. No, he's a decent old domestic bird, and his daughter's a charming girl. Besides, he's straight enough. He'd do you down fast enough, but he wouldn't let you down. And old Anderson's badly cut up about it.
Anderson?
The chap with property out in the Argentine, he was going to meet Levy yesterday. All to do with a railway out there, you know?
No, I can't say that I do.
Yeah. Well, a Yankee firm named the Milligan Railroad Company wants to build one, but Anderson don't like the scheme one little bit. And that's where Levy comes in, you see. He's got the shekels and covers the ground, so he could boycott Milligan's beastly railway whenever he likes. But now he's on a bunk like this, well, Anderson's afraid it'll all be UP.
Interesting. Who's Milligan's London representative?
One of the brothers, John P. Milligan, offices in Lombard Street.
Yeah. Anything else happening on the exchange?
Well, oil's in a bad way. Levy's made a difference there, too. But there's been a funny little boom in Peruvians. Everyone's talking about it, wondering whether he was concerned in that as well.
Why should he be?
Well, no reason, but it's deuced odd. Peruvians were absolutely dud. Then they suddenly took on a little lease of life at the end of last week. Whoever's buying, though, started selling again yesterday. That's Levy's line of country.
Worth looking into then, perhaps. Oh, thank you. I didn't know Levy had a charming daughter, Freddie.
Yeah. Met her mamma last year abroad. That's how I got to know the old man.
Well, you might do worse. Money's money, ain't it? And Lady Levy is quite a redeeming point. At least my mother knew her people. I suppose they've sent for her, by the way.
Well, I suppose so. I say, Peter, I better pop round and express sympathy or something, huh?
That's the idea. And I'll buzz round to Lombard Street. I think I'd like a few words with Mr. John P. Milligan. I wonder what line I shall take.
Mr. Milligan.
Yeah?
A gentleman has called to see you, sir, and presented his card.
Now, look here, Scoot. I'm too busy to see. Oh, it's a Lord Peter Wimsey. Yeah, well, very well. We'll show him in, Scoot.
Yes, sir. My lord, Mr. Milligan will see you now.
Oh, I say, thanks awfully. Oh, good afternoon, Mr. Milligan. Most uncommonly good of you to let me come round wasting your time like this. I'll try not to be too long about it, though I'm not awfully good at coming to the point, don't you know?
I'm very pleased to meet you, Lord Wimsey. Won't you take a seat there?
Oh, thank you very much. But, I'm not a peer, you know. No. That's my brother, Denver. No, my name is Peter. Silly name, I sometimes think, what? But we always have a Peter. After the third Duke, don't you know, who betrayed 5 kings somewhere about the Wars of the Roses. Come to think of it, that ain't anything to be proud of, really, is it? Still, one has to make the best of it, what?
Yes. Well, Lord Peter, can I do something for you?
Well, do you know, I was rather wondering if you would. Look, it's damn cheek to ask you, but the fact is that my mother, don't you know, she's a most energetic, self-sacrificing sort of woman, don't you see? And she's thinking of getting up a sort of charity bazaar down at Denver this winter in aid of the church roof, you know. Very sad case, Mr. Milligan. Fine old antique, all tumbling to pieces, vicar catching rheumatism at early service and so on. You know the sort of thing. I say, I do beg your pardon most frightfully. I'm afraid I'm being beastly long-winded. But the fact is, you see, my mother thought it'd be an awfully interesting sideshow at this bazaar or what have you, to have some lectures, sort of little talks, don't you know, by eminent businessmen of all nations. Well, I thought of asking someone from the big newspaper combines, don't you know, to sort of represent British advertising talent, what? And a leading German financier, if there ain't too much feeling against it. And, of course, I shall have to find somebody or other to do the Hebrew point of view. I thought actually of asking Levy, you know. Only he's floated off in a most inconvenient way.
Oh, yes. That's a very curious thing, Lord Peter. Sir Reuben's disappearance.
Yeah, it is, you know, isn't it?
It sure is. Though I don't mind admitting it's a convenience to me.
Oh, really?
Well, yes. He had a cinch on my railroad combine, and a little deal I've got on is going to be much easier to bring off in his absence. Of course, I've nothing against him personally, so if he turns up afterwards, I'll be happy to give him the right hand of welcome.
Oh. Well, it's a rum go, Mr. Milligan, but I dare say the old Johnny had his reasons for vanishing, what?
Well, I sincerely hope so, Lord Peter.
Yes.
But, to return to the Duchess's Bazaar...
Yes. How silly of me, mumbling on like that. Yes, Mr. Milligan. Yes, my mother would be frightfully pleased and grateful to you if you'd come down and stay a day or two and just give us a breezy little word on the almighty dollar.
Well, yes, I'd like to, Lord Peter. I'll come with great pleasure, and perhaps you'd be kind enough to accept a little donation to the preservation fund.
Oh, but
Scoot?
Sir?
Scoot, will you write out a check for £1,000 to Lord Peter here at once?
I say, Mr. Milligan, that's awfully decent of you, but you better not give it to me, you know. I might spend it, or lose it, or something. No, I'm not very reliable, I'm afraid. The vicar's the right person, yes. We will write this down. The Reverend Constantine Throgmorton, St. John before the Latin Gate Vicarage, Duke's Denver. And if you'd like to send it there, I'm sure they'll be no end grateful.
Yes, well, have you got that, Scoot?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, thanks awfully, Mr. Milligan, and it's been uncommonly good of you to be bothered with me like this. Mustn't waste any more of your time now. My mother will write to you about the date when it's all settled.
Well, I'm charmed, Lord Peter, and very pleased to have met you.
Goodbye, Mr. Milligan. I wonder what my mother will say. Taxi? Taxi! Taxi, number 9A Park Lane, please.
Kidnapped?
Well, I don't say so, Charles. I just say the Milligan's got a very good motive for, at any rate, suspending Levy for a few days. Milligan looks all right, but, well, I believe he's pretty ruthless in business, and you never can tell. He's got a red-headed secretary, too, name of Scoot. Face like a fish. Suspicious-looking beast.
Hardly evidence, Peter. Anyway, shall we go upstairs and have a look at Sir Reuben's bedroom?
Yes, right here. Oh, Graves, could you ask Bunter to step up?
Yes, my lord.
Oh, thank you. Come across anything interesting in Levy's papers, old Parker Byrne?
Not much. His private diary is full of entries like Tom and Annie to dinner, and Mr. Freddie Arbuthnot dropped in to tea. He wants to marry Rachel, but I should like someone steadier for my treasure, that sort of thing.
Imprudent fella. Any references to Milligan?
Yes, to dinner about a fortnight ago. Here we are, anyway. Come along in. Now, you see the impression in the bedclothes, Peter?
Mm-hmm.
Now, he must have been upset to have changed a lifelong habit like that.
Or ill. How was his health, incidentally, do you know? Who was his doctor?
Well, Sir Julian Freak seems to be treating Lady Levy in his capacity as a Harley Street nerve specialist, I presume, rather than director of St. Luke's Hospital. Mm-hmm. According to the diary, it was he who advised her to go abroad.
Well, he's an old friend of the family, of course. By Jove, Charles, that's a thought. St. Luke's Hospital. Look, if Sir Julian was Levy's appointee on Monday night, that rather explains his appearance in Battersea, what?
Well, the old boy just came to see his doctor, I mean. Well, I'll check it, Peter.
Well, it's very possible, ain't it? Have you a tape measure, Charles?
Yeah. Well?
Thank you. How tall is Sir Reuben?
Oh, 6'2".
You don't say. Aha! Yeah, tweezers, please, Charles.
Yeah.
Thank you. Got you, my little beauty.
What?
A hair. Yeah, interesting. Where does Levy keep his hats?
His hats?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the dressing room, I suppose. What are you after?
Well, let's have a look, shall we? Ah, yes, 3 toppers. 1. No. 2. No again. Aha, this is the one. Yes. Yes. On the night of his disappearance, Charles, Sir Reuben was dining at the Ritz, so he wore a topper. It was this one.
Peter, what are you talking about?
My lord, you wanted to see me?
Ah, yes, Bunter, the very man. Have you finished with the photographs?
I have developed them back at the flat, my lord. They're just drying, but I won't deny that even at this stage their appearance is interesting. To take them in order, my lord, the little book off the night table had only the marks of one set of fingers. There's a little scar on the right thumb that makes them easy to recognise. The hairbrush, too, my lord, has only the same set of marks.
Yes, I thought it might. Go on.
The umbrella, the toothglass, and the boots, however, my lord, all have 2 sets of fingerprints. The hand with the scarred thumb, which I take to be Sir Reuben's, and a set of smudges superimposed on them, if I may put it that way, which may or may not be the same hand in rubber gloves, my lord.
Excellent. And what else?
The linoleum in front of the washstand is very gratifying, my lord, if you'll excuse my mentioning it. Besides the marks of Sir Reuben's boots, there's a print of a man's naked foot. A much smaller one, not much more than a 10-inch sole, I should say, if you ask me, my lord.
And when was the linoleum washed last, Bunter?
Monday morning, my lord.
Ah, a mistake. A mistake. A little one, but he can't afford it. Well, Charles, your conclusions.
I don't know what you're talking about, Peter.
You don't?
No.
Well, let's start on the bed then, shall we? That depression in the bedclothes is 5'10" and not an inch more.
But what does that tell you? Levy's 6'2", so if he curls himself up...
Charles, have you got any Scottish blood in you?
Not that I know of. Why?
Because of all the cautious, ungenerous, deliberate and cold-blooded devils I know, you are the most cautious, ungenerous, deliberate and cold-blooded. Here am I sweating my brains out to introduce a really sensational incident into your dull and disreputable little police investigation, and you refuse to show a single spark of enthusiasm.
Well, it's no good jumping to conclusions, Wimsey. I don't
Jump?
see...
You don't even crawl distantly in sight of a conclusion. I believe if you caught the cat with her head in the cream jug, you say it was conceivable that the jug was empty when she got there.
Well, it would be conceivable, wouldn't it?
Like, oh, curse you! Listen, old Parker Bird. 2 sets of fingerprints on everything but the book and the brush. 2 sets of feet on the linoleum, and 2 kinds of hair in the top hat. 1 black and 1 tan. And then, just to make certain that we're on the right track, just 1 little auburn hair on the pillow. Oh, it almost brings tears to my eyes.
To say that
I mean to say that it was not Sir Reuben Levy whom the cook saw on Monday night on the doorstep. It was another man, perhaps a couple of inches shorter, who came in Levy's clothes and let himself in with Levy's latchkey.
Good.
Oh, he was a bold, cunning devil, Charles. He had on Levy's boots and every stitch of Levy's clothing down to the skin. He had rubber gloves on his hands, which he never took off, and he did everything he could to make us think that Levy slept here on Monday night. He took his chances, and he won. He walked upstairs, he undressed. He even washed and cleaned his teeth, though he didn't use the hairbrush for fear of leaving red hairs in it. He had to guess what Levy did with his boots and clothes. One guess was wrong, and the other right, as it happened. The bed must look as if it had been slept in, so he gets in and lies there in his victim's very pyjamas. Then, in the morning sometime, well, probably at the deadest hour between 2 and 3, he gets up, dresses himself in his own clothes that he has brought with him in a bag, and creeps downstairs. If anybody wakes, he's lost. But he's a bold man, and he takes his chances. He opens the street door, which he left on the latch when he came in. He then slips out. He walks briskly away in rubber-soled shoes. He's the kind of criminal, Charles, who isn't complete without rubber-soled shoes. And in a few minutes, he is at Hyde Park Corner free. Who is he, Charles? Who is our criminal with the auburn hair?
Auburn hair. Oh, what about the secretary fellow?
Scoot? Oh, he's about 6'4". And Milligan's got a head like a potato. It's a pity we can't put Scoot's head on Milligan's shoulders.
My lord? My lord, if you'll forgive my mentioning the matter, the photographs I took in Battersea last night, my lord, suggest that whoever put the body in Mr. Thipps's bath was also wearing rubber gloves and boots, my lord.
I say there's a thought, Bunter. Yes.
Ah, come now, Peter. Surely it's only Sugg who thinks there's a connection between these 2 cases. It'd be different if the man in the bath was Levy, but we know for a certainty it wasn't. Just because we have 2 middle-aged Semites, one of whom makes tracks without so much as a fig leaf... one who turns up clad only in a pince-nez, which is quite useless for purposes of decency. It doesn't mean...
Pince-nez? Mr. Thomas Crimplesham. I've forgotten all about him.
Huh? Well, the chap who claims he owns them.
Yes, Charles, Mr. Thomas Crimplesham. And there may be a connection after all, old lad. Oh. Don't forget that Levy was in Battersea on Monday night, and now we know he didn't return home at 12, as was supposed. We have no reason to think that he ever left Battersea at all. Yes. Charles, I am going to find out more about Mr. Crimplesham. He may be playing a bold game of bluff, but I want to know how his pince-nez got to Mr. Thipp's bathroom. Bunter, we will go tomorrow morning. When is there a good train?
Where to, my lord?
Salisbury, you ass.
10:50, my lord.
Then kindly, Bunter, make arrangements for us to catch it.
Episode 3, Lunch at Lady Swaffham's. Lord Peter Wimsey is investigating the mystery of a middle-aged man's body found totally naked except for a pair of gold pince-nez in the bath of Mr. Thipps, a Battersea architect. Having inserted an advertisement about the pince-nez in the Times and elicited a reply from a Mr. Crimplesham of Salisbury, who claims they belong to him, Lord Peter pays a visit to Salisbury with Bunter.
You know, the most tiresome thing about luncheon in a cathedral city, Bunter, is that the atmosphere of the close seems to pervade even the food.
Yes, my lord.
However, what have you been finding out about Mr. Crimplesham? Is he the villain we suspect him to be, or is he merely the innocent dupe of other villains?
I couldn't say to be sure, my lord. Mr. Crimplesham is the senior partner of a firm of solicitors, Crimplesham and Wicks, whose offices are at the Milford Hill address given in the gentleman's telegram.
A solicitor, eh? Well, what can I expect then, Bunter? Is he the sort of man who would leave his pince-nez on a dead body in a Battersea bathroom and then, with infinite bravado, claim them back, reasoning that the last person we shall expect to find answering our advertisement is the criminal himself?
I think not, my lord, if I may put it that way. From what I can gather from the folk in the town, Mr. Crimplesham is a very upstanding, if somewhat old-fashioned gentleman, and I believe he is to retire quite soon, my lord, being close on 80, and the business will be carried on by Mr. Wicks, his partner, who is also well spoken of, my lord.
Close on 80? Is he as old as that, Bunter?
Yes, my lord, but extremely active, I'm informed, despite his game leg.
Game? Well, that disposes of Crimplesham as the villain of the piece straight away, don't it, Bunter? I confess I find the mental picture of a gentleman of 80 with a game leg carrying a dead body over the roof of a Battersea flat at midnight less than totally convincing.
Yes, my lord.
Still, he may yet be the brain behind the hands. The aged spider sitting invisible in the centre of the vibrating web, don't you know? Or, of course, it is possible, Bunter, that our murderer is, in fact, an enemy of Crimplesham, who stole his pince-nez and left them on the body in order to throw suspicion upon him.
It is possible, my lord. I believe, my lord, that is Mr. Crimplesham's office across the way now.
Oh, righty here, Bunter. Yes, there it is. Well, I think you might step into this little shop and buy a sporting paper. And if I do not emerge from the villain's lair, say, within 3/4 of an hour, you may take such steps as your perspicuity may suggest.
Very good, my lord.
Now, have I a card of my own and one of Parker's? Yes. Good. Well, I fancy that my long suit this time is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
My dear Lord Peter, how extremely good of you to come in person. Indeed, I'm ashamed to have given you so much trouble. I trust you were passing this way, and that my glasses have not put you to any great inconvenience. Do take a seat.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Crimplesham, but it's quite all right. I was here on business anyway. Very happy to be of service to you. Very awkward losing one's glasses, what?
Oh, yes, I assure you. I feel quite lost without them. I have this pair, but they don't fit my nose so well. Did you come across them in the train?
The train?
Yes. If you recall, I mentioned in my telegram that I lost them on the LB and SC railway somewhere between Victoria and Balham on Monday. It was the 5:45 train and extremely crowded, and I feared that they'd been stolen.
Oh. Do you mind telling me, Mr. Crimplesham, if you recognized any of your fellow travellers that evening?
Well, not a soul, Lord Peter. Why do you ask?
Well, I found these spectacles in rather an unexpected place, and I thought perhaps the person with whom I found them might have taken them for a joke.
Did this person claim to be an acquaintance of mine? I know practically nobody in London except the friend with whom I was staying in Balham, a Dr. Philpotts, and I should be greatly surprised at his practising a jest upon me. My business in London was to attend a meeting of the shareholders in Medlicott's Bank, but the other gentlemen present were all personally unknown to me, and I cannot think that any of them would take so great a liberty either.
Pray forgive my seeming inquisitiveness, Mr. Crimplesham, but I must ask you another question. Are you aware that you have an enemy? Anyone, I mean, who would profit by your, decease or disgrace?
May I ask the meaning of this extraordinary, impudent question?
Mr. Crimplesham, you have no doubt read what the papers have said about the Battersea Park mystery. Your glasses are the pair that was found on the body, and they are now in the possession of the police at Scotland Yard.
Oh, good God. Is this an attempt at blackmail?
Oh, no, Mr. Crimplesham. No, I am investigating the matter privately on behalf of Mr. Phipps, the gentleman in whose bath the body was found.
I'm very much afraid, Lord Peter, that only until such time as the police wish to interview me...
And I may add that I am working in close collaboration with Inspector Parker of the Yard. This is his telephone number here if you wish to assure yourself of my bona fides.
Oh, I do apologize, Lord Peter, of course, of course.
Don't mention it, Mr. Crimplesham. But I say, if you could give me some details of your visit to town, I'd be no end grateful, and I think I could ensure you that your glasses would be returned to you as soon as possible.
Oh, thank you, Lord Peter. Yes, of course. Anything you wish to ask me, anything.
Hunter, I'm back. Very good, my lord. Have you had a successful morning in Balham, my lord?
Well, I have confirmed most of what Mr. Crimplesham told me yesterday about his visit there, if that's what you mean. Yes, any messages?
Mr. Parker rang up, my lord, and said that he had attended the inquest on the man in the bath yesterday afternoon.
Oh, what was he doing there? I mean, he's meant to be looking for Sir Reuben Levy. You can't find missing financiers by attending inquests on Battersea vagrants.
No, my lord, but Mr. Parker informs me that there was something of a sensation at the inquest when the coroner suggested that the body in Mr. Thipps's bath was Sir Reuben, my lord.
Sugg!
Sir Julian Freak was extremely incensed by the suggestion, being a friend of the family, and according to Mr. Parker, he demanded an apology from Inspector Sugg for having first put forward the idea and thus caused Lady Levy unnecessary shock and distress.
And quite right, too. Well, what was Sir Julian doing at the inquest?
He and Dr. Grimbold of Scotland Yard were presenting the medical evidence, my lord, having conducted the autopsy together.
Ah, yes. Any surprises there?
Not really, my lord. The two medical gentlemen were in agreement that the cause of death had been a blow on the back of the neck, either by accident or design, but they begged to differ on the question of how long the unfortunate fellow had lingered on afterwards.
In what way did they differ?
Well, my lord, according to Mr. Parker, Sir Julian considered that death had occurred a few hours after the blow, while Dr. Grimbold, apparently with the greatest hesitancy in venturing to differ from his distinguished colleague, my lord, put the period at several days.
Really? Oh, well, it don't do to build too much on a doctor's evidence at the best of times. These blooming medicos always contradict each other in the box. Oh, answer it, Bunter, would you, please?
Yes, my lord. Good morning, my lady. Yes, my lady. Certainly, my lady. I will inform his lordship at once. Goodbye, my lady. Lady Swaffham, my lord. She hopes your lordship has not forgotten you are lunching with her.
What? Oh, by Jove, I have forgotten, Bunter, and I mean to go on forgetting. Look, just ring her back and tell her that I have succumbed suddenly to lethargic encephalitis, and no flowers by request.
Lady Swaffham said she was counting on you, my lord. Her Grace the Dowager Duchess of Denver will be there.
Mother? Well, what's she doing in town?
I believe she came up for the inquest, my lord, with old Mrs. Thipps. Also, Mrs. Tommy Frail will be at Lady Swaffham's, my lord, and the American railway magnate, Mr. John P. Milligan.
Milligan? Good Lord, Bunter, why didn't you say so before? I must go immediately. Look, with a taxi, I could just...
Not in those trousers, my lord.
No, Bunter, you do not understand. When I went to see Milligan in the city the other day, suspecting him of kidnapping Sir Reuben Levy and so on, I had to spin him a yarn. I told him that Her Grace had invited him down to Denver to speak at her bazaar, and I haven't told Mother yet.
Nevertheless, my lord...
The trousers are all right, Bunter.
Not for Lady Swaffham's, my lord.
Oh, very well, Bunter. I wish to blaze it I'd never let you grow into a privileged family retainer.
Thank you very much, my lord.
Well, come along, Bunter. Come along, come along, come along.
Yes, my lord.
You have absolutely no conception of the mistakes my mother may be making. No conception whatsoever.
Lucy? Yes, dear? Lucy, may I present Mr. John P. Milligan of Chicago? Mr. Milligan, the Dowager Duchess of Denver.
Good morning, Mr. Milligan.
Well, now, I'm very pleased to meet you, Duchess, and to thank you for your exceedingly kind invitation. I assure you it's a compliment I deeply appreciate.
Well, not at all, Mr. Milligan. I'm delighted to hear that, well, why don't you come and sit down and talk?
Thank you.
Oh, I do so love talking to you great businessmen. Now, let me see now. It is it railways?
Right. And I guess it's just as interesting for us businessmen to meet British aristocrats as it is for Britishers to meet American railway kings, Duchess.
Well,
Fancy now, it was only the day before yesterday that fine lad of yours called on me.
Oh, Oh, Peter?
Lord Peter, yes.
Of course, yes, it would be.
Well, I may say I was very gratified by Lord Peter's suggestion, for which I understand you are responsible, Duchess, and I'll surely be very pleased to come any day you like, though I think you're flattering me too much.
Oh, well, I don't know if you're the best judge of that, Mr. Milligan. Oh, yes. I believe that I ought to be thanking you in the name of the Vicar of Duke's Denver for a very munificent cheque which reached him yesterday for the Church Restoration Fund. He was so delighted and astonished, poor dear man.
Well, that's nothing. We haven't any fine old crusted buildings like yours over on our side, so it's a privilege to be allowed to drop a little kerosene into the wormholes when we hear of one in the old country suffering from senile decay.
Yes.
So, when your lad told me about Duke's Denver, why, I took the liberty to subscribe without waiting for the bazaar.
Oh, the bazaar?
Yes.
Oh, the bazaar! You are coming, Mr. Milligan?
Well, sure thing. Lord Peter said you'd let me know for sure about the date, but we can always make time for a little bit of good work anyway. Of course, I'm hoping to be able to avail myself of your kind invitation to stop over.
Oh, really?
But if I'm rushed, I'll manage anyhow to pop along and speak my piece and then pop back again.
Well, I hope so, very much.
Thank you.
Yes. I must see what can be done about the date. Of course, I can't promise.
No, of course not. I know what these things are to fix up. And then there's not only me, there's all the real big men of European eminence that your son mentioned have to be consulted.
Oh, did he? Well, I can't say how grateful we are to you, Mr. Milligan. It'll be such a treat. Do tell me what you're thinking of saying.
Well, here's Lord Peter now.
I really am most awfully sorry, Lady Swaffham. Do hope you'll forgive me being so late, what? I am simply grovelling before you. Shall I go and eat my lunch in the corner?
No, Peter. This time I forgive you. You may come in with the rest of us.
Oh, I say thanks awfully.
Your dear mother is here, Peter.
Oh, yes. How do, Mother?
And how are you, dear? You really oughtn't to have turned up just yet. Mr. Milligan was just going to tell me what a thrilling speech he's preparing for the bazaar. And now you've interrupted him.
You weren't at the Battersea inquest then, Peter?
Afraid not, Lady Swaffham, no. But my view is Inspector Sugg knew I was out of town and asked the coroner to get it over with before I came back. But Mother was there, weren't you, Mother?
Oh, yes, dear. I couldn't let old Mrs. Phipps come alone, could I?
Pardon my ignorance, Duchess, but is that the wife of the gentleman who's been arrested for the murder?
Oh, no, Mr. Milligan. It's his mother.
Ah.
Poor little Mr. Phipps. He had such a nasty time with the coroner. An awful little man, I thought. He kept looking daggers at me because I was talking to Inspector Parker, as if he was going to commit me for whatchamacallit, you know.
In what way did Mr. Phipps have a beastly time, Mother?
Well, dear, do you know, he turned out to have a guilty secret. That was why he lied about the time he got home that night. Such a respectable little man, too. But I rather admired him. The coroner was asking him about his movements on Monday evening.
Yes.
And Mr. Phipps told the jury he'd arrived at St. Pancras from Manchester and had cloak-roomed his bag. At this point, poor man, he became very red, very unhappy and very confused.
Now, Mr. Phipps, we must have your movements quite clear. You have chosen to give evidence, which you need not have done, but having done so, you will find it best to be perfectly explicit.
Yes, sir. It's really very unpleasant for a man in my position, but I really couldn't have it thought for a moment that I'd committed this dreadful crime. I assure you, gentlemen, I couldn't bear that. No, I'd rather tell you the truth. I'm afraid it places me in rather well, I'll tell you.
You fully understand the gravity of making such a statement, Mr. Phipps?
Quite. Well, then, it's true I got to St. Pancras at 10, but there was a man in the carriage with me. He got in at Leicester. I didn't recognise him at first, but he turned out to be an old schoolfellow of mine.
What was this gentleman's name, Mr. Phipps?
I'm afraid I can't tell you that. You see, that is, you will see, it'd get him into trouble. And I couldn't do that. No, I really couldn't do that. Not if my life depended on it.
Well. Carry on, Mr. Phipps.
Well, when we got to St. Pancras, my friend said we hadn't met for a long time and that we ought to make a night of it, was his expression. I fear I was weak and let him over-persuade me to accompany him to one of his haunts. I use the word advisedly, sir, and I assure you that if I'd known beforehand where we were going, I never would have set foot in the place.
And what was the name of this place, Mr. Phipps?
I really couldn't say, sir, but I know it was near the corner of Tottenham Court Road and Oxford Street. There was a man at the counter when we went in, and my friend bought some tickets and we went down to a room underneath where there were drinks. My friend had several and made me take one or two. I'm an abstemious man as a rule, and he talked to some other men and girls who were there. A vulgar set of people, I thought them. I wouldn't say, but what some of the young ladies were nice looking enough. There were a lot of people dancing, all those up-to-date dances, and one of the young ladies came up to me and said, wouldn't I stand her a drink? So I ordered the drink, gin and bitters it was. Didn't like not to, but it went against my conscience. Such a young girl as she was. And she put her arm round my neck and kissed me, just like as if she was paying for the drink. And it really went to my heart, sir.
Cheero!
Remove the person who made that improper noise!
Hey, no, I say, now you keep your hands off me. Go on now.
Go on, please, Mr. Phipps.
Well, sir, about 12:30, as I should reckon, things began to get a bit lively. So I thought I'd just slip quietly out, when I heard a scuffle and a shout, and before I knew what was happening, there were half a dozen policemen in, and the lights went out, and everybody stampeding and shouting. Quite horrid it was. Then someone caught hold of me. I think it was the young lady I'd given the drink to, and she said, "This way," and pushed me along a passage and out of the back somewhere. So I ran through the streets and got a taxi and came home. And that's the truth.
Well, Mr. Phipps, we shall be able to substantiate a certain amount of this story. Now, can you tell me what time you did get in?
About 1:30, I should think, sir. Though really, I was so upset.
Quite so. Did you visit the bathroom before going to bed?
No.
And you heard nothing during the night?
No. I fell fast asleep. What with being so agitated and tired, I just tumbled right off. I didn't wait until Gladys called me.
Well, thank you, Mr. Phipps. You may stand down. Call Gladys Horrocks. Call Gladys Horrocks.
So that was that, really, poor little man.
Well, it seems to give Mr. Phipps an alibi, don't it, Mother? Since the body had been dead 24 hours and he'd been in Manchester for 2 days.
But I do hope so, dear.
Is the gentleman still under arrest, Duchess?
I believe he is. As if having to confess to having been to a nightclub weren't sufficiently disrespectable.
Yes.
Mind you, the Phipps family had their revenge when the old lady took the stand.
Did she give evidence, Lucy? I thought you said she was as deaf as a post.
Well, she is, dear. And I almost felt sorry for that little coroner then. Did you hear anything unusual in the night, says the little man, leaning forward and screaming at her. Well, of course I have. Any time these 80 years, she says. And such a sensation in court, till they found out that she thought he'd said, "Do you sleep without a light?" And everybody laughing, and then the coroner said quite loudly, "Damn the woman." And she heard that, I can't think why, and she said, "Don't you go swearing, young man, sitting there in the presence of Providence, as you may say. I don't know what young people are coming to nowadays. And he's 60 if he's a day, you know."
Inspector Parker, my lord.
Hello, Peter.
Charles, Akushla, come in and sit down while I finish my sonata. Beast of an evening, ain't it? Bunter, furnish Mr. Parker with a drink, would you?
Very good, my lord.
Thank you, Bunter. Marvellous. That's a wonderful instrument, Wimsey.
Oh, it ain't so bad, but Scarlatti wants a harpsichord, you know. Piano's too modern. All thrills and overtones. Yeah, thank you, Bunter.
If you could excuse me now, my lord.
Oh, righty here, if you must. Gone to overhaul my wardrobe. Very particular man, you know, is Mervyn Bunter.
Yes.
Well, Charles, what's the business of the evening?
I was wondering how you got on with the ferocious and hardened Crimplesham, Peter.
In a nutshell, he gave me full details of his visit to town, and I have substantiated them all. Unless he's corrupted half Balham, there is no doubt that he spent the night there, and the afternoon really was spent with the bank people. Half the residents of Salisbury seem to have seen him off on Monday before lunch, and nobody but his family, or young Wicks, his partner, seemed to have anything to gain by his death. In addition, young Wicks, even if he did want to make away with Crimplesham, was at a dance given by the presenter on Monday night.
It's a funny case, isn't it? Every line of inquiry seems to peter out like rivers getting lost in the sand. Did you hear about the inquest?
Mother told me about Phipps. Anything else come out?
Yes, Gladys Horrocks was lying too.
Was she, by Jove?
It seems she slipped out without leave that night to attend the Plumbers and Glaziers ball at the Black-Faced Ram with her young man, a glazier called Bill Williams, and that's why she didn't know when Phipps got in.
So the house was deserted, apart from one extremely deaf old lady?
Yes. Gladys Horrocks got in about 2 o'clock, and of course she didn't look in the bathroom either. Now, you can see why Sugg considers the whole set-up so suspicious. He considers that either Phipps or Gladys Horrocks or Gladys Horrocks' young man did it. And he reasons that since Bill Williams is a glazier and glaziers come on ladders, Bill Williams must have come on a ladder with the body.
Bosh.
Well, quite. You and I know, Wimsey, that the body was brought across the roof, but Sugg, only seeing what he's looking for, didn't notice the shreds of material in the gutter. All he found were the marks on the windowsill.
Sugg. He's too perfect to be possible. He's a myth, a fable, an idiot boy spawned in a moonlight hour by some fantastic poet's brain. What price the motive?
Well, we can't provide a motive either, Wimsey, come to that. I don't suppose we will till we can discover who the wretched fellow is.
But you can't have a crime without a motive. Why was Phipps selected for such an abominable practical joke, to put it at his lowest? Has anybody got a grudge against him? Perhaps someone in one of the other flats? Does he play the piano at midnight or damage the reputation of the staircase by bringing home dubiously respectable ladies? Are there unsuccessful architects thirsting for his blood?
I've seen everybody in the flats, Wimsey, and I drew a blank. No. He and his mother seem to live a very quiet life.
So we come back to where we were before, don't we, old Parkerbird? Whose body is it? Well, it must belong, or have belonged to someone.
It's deuced odd, I agree. I mean, the papers have carried news of the affair from one end of the country to the other, with a full description of the corpse, and yet no one has come forward to identify him. Not successfully, anyway.
Well, that's hardly surprising, Charles. The description Sugg circulated was rather misleading.
Yes.
I mean, we know when the man was alive that he didn't have a clean-shaven chin, elegantly groomed hair, and Mr. Crimplesham's pince-nez reposing on his nose. But who else does?
Yes, we're all the same, Peter. A man doesn't just melt out of society without leaving a gap or so much as a ripple. Sir Julian Freak suggested at the inquest that the man might have been an Australian colonist or something of that sort, someone who'd just arrived in the country.
But surely Suggs made inquiries at the seaport.
Yes, and I've checked them. Nothing doing. Yeah. You know, I'm beginning to wonder whether this fellow was murdered at all, or whether it was just an accident that slipped through the net. Dr. Grimbold said as much yesterday afternoon. The man could have been killed by something heavy falling on him.
But that does not explain why he ended up in Phipps' bath, or why he was shaved and groomed for the occasion.
Yes, I know. Anyway, I've checked all the accidents for the 48 hours before the body was discovered, and there was nothing there either.
48 hours? But didn't Grimbold say at the inquest that the man could have been dead for several days?
Oh, yes, but Freak was sure it was only a few hours. Now, Grimbold's a good police surgeon, but I'd be inclined to take Freak's word above his. Freak's a big man. I don't think he'd be fooled.
No, but it might be worth following up all the same.
All right. Oh, incidentally, Wimsey, talking of Freak, I spoke to him yesterday afternoon.
Yes?
From what he tells me, he was probably the last man to see Sir Reuben Levy before his disappearance.
Episode 4, Shell Shock. Lord Peter Wimsey and his friend Inspector Parker of Scotland Yard are investigating together the disappearance of financier Sir Reuben Levy and the inexplicable arrival in a Battersea bathroom of a corpse which bears certain similarities to the missing man. The day after the inquest on the mysterious body, Parker is reviewing to Lord Peter recent progress in his search for Reuben Levy, the missing financier.
You remember, Peter, we thought that one possible explanation of Sir Reuben's being seen in Battersea that night he disappeared was that he might simply have been going round to St. Luke's Hospital to pay a call on his old friend, Sir Julian Freke. Well, we were right. He was.
Was he, by Jove? How do you know that, Charles?
Well, I met Sir Julian yesterday afternoon after the inquest, and he confided in me. Your mother introduced us, and when she told him I was investigating the Levy case, he asked me to walk back to the hospital with him. Strangely enough, though, to begin with, he talked of nothing except his work.
It's a fatal thing for a theorist, Mr. Parker, in neurology, as in anything else, to let the practical work get behindhand. Dissection is the basis of all good theory and all correct diagnosis.
But do you get much time for your own work, Sir Julian? With your Harley Street practice and your duties at the hospital?
Oh, alas, no, Mr. Parker, not nearly as much as I would like, which of course is why I live next door to St. Luke's. And very often, the only time I have for research is at night. But doubtless your own work has to be carried out under even more irksome conditions.
Yes, sometimes, Sir Julian. But then, you see, the conditions are, so to speak, part of the job.
Yes, quite so, quite so. You mean that the burglar, for example, doesn't demonstrate his methods in the light of day, or plant the perfect footmark in the middle of a damp patch of sand for you to analyze?
Not as a rule, no. But I've no doubt that many of your diseases work quite as insidiously as any burglar.
Oh, they do. And it's my pride, as it is yours, to track them down for the good of society. Now, the neuroses, for instance, are particularly clever criminals. And just as you may observe a theft or a murder, and look for footsteps, so I observe a fit of hysterics or an outburst of piety and hunt for the little mechanical irritation which has produced it.
You regard such things as entirely physical, Sir Julian?
Certainly. When you break up the dead body, or for preference the living body with a scalpel, you always find the footmarks. A little trail of ruin, disorder, left by madness or disease or shell shock or any other similar pest. Now, you should read my latest book, Physiological Basis of the Conscience, Mr. Parker. It would amuse you.
Yeah, I'll do that, Sir Julian. But tell me, you wouldn't, I presume, ascribe a physiological basis to the disappearance of Sir Reuben Levy?
I hesitate to speculate on the subject, Mr. Parker. But I fear it's not impossible.
Really?
Yes. Now, I have no right to ask, of course, but may I inquire what is your opinion? Lady Levy, I know, thinks that her husband may be detained in the hands of some financial rival. Now, do you consider that possible?
I consider it very likely, Sir Julian.
And has she asked you to go on with the inquiry?
Certainly.
I had no idea until that ridiculous police officer mentioned it at the inquest, Mr. Parker, that there was any idea of connecting Sir Reuben's disappearance with the body that appeared in Mr. Thipp's bathroom. The suggestion was perfectly monstrous.
Yes, Inspector Sugg all over, I'm afraid, Sir Julian.
If I'd had any idea of what was in his mind, I could have disabused him and spared Lady Levy much pain. You may know, Mr. Parker, that I'm an old, though I shouldn't call myself an intimate, friend of the Levys. I knew Lady Levy when she was a young girl, and, well, we've remained good friends. But I regret she's been subjected to so much distress by your colleague.
Yes, well, believe me, Sir Julian, I sympathise very much with you and with Lady Levy. I did all I could to disabuse Inspector Sugg of this notion, but unhappily the coincidence of Sir Reuben's being seen that evening in the Battersea Park Road...
Yes, that is in fact what I wish to talk to you about, Mr. Parker. Yes... I hardly know. I hardly like...
I shall be very grateful for any help you can give me, Sir Julian.
Well, I'm afraid it's more in the nature of a hindrance. It's a case of destroying a clue for you, you see. And in addition, a breach of professional confidence on my side. But since, accidentally, a certain amount has come out, perhaps the whole had better do so. Now, Sir Reuben Levy's visit on Monday night was to me, Mr. Parker.
Was it?
Yes. He found cause for certain grave suspicions concerning his health, and he came to me in preference to his own medical man, as he was particularly anxious that the matter should be kept from his wife.
Did he make an appointment with you, Sir Julian?
An appointment? Oh, no. He turned up suddenly in the evening after dinner. I wasn't expecting him. I took him upstairs and examined him, and he left me somewhere about 10 o'clock, I should think. I didn't at first mention the matter, as it was so very much Sir Reuben's wish to keep his visit to me secret. And there was no question of accident in the street or anything of that kind, since he reached home safely at midnight.
Yes, quite so, Sir Julian.
It would have been, and is, a breach of confidence, Mr. Parker. And I only tell you now because I'd rather do so in private than have you ferreting round my house and questioning my servant. You will excuse my frankness.
Certainly. I hold no brief for the pleasantness of my profession, Sir Julian. But may I ask you one further thing? What happened, the result of your examination of Sir Reuben?
Well, in strict confidence, Mr. Parker.
Yes, well, of course.
In strict confidence, I will tell you that I saw grave grounds for suspicion, but as yet no absolute certainty of mischief.
Thank you, Sir Julian. Thank you very much indeed.
So Freak thinks old Levy did a bunk because he was worried about his health, does he, Charles?
Well, seems like it. But, of course, he doesn't know that the old boy didn't, in fact, reach home safely at midnight, or indeed at all.
No. Apart from ourselves, only Levy's rubber-gloved kidnapper knows that. I suppose Freak has to see it all in physiological terms, though. The fellow's got a bee in his bonnet about mind and matter.
Yes, that's what I thought. I say, Wimsey, I've just remembered. I was talking this morning to some of Sir Reuben's business acquaintances, and they mentioned a little boom in Peruvian oil stocks that came on just before he disappeared, and they were wondering if he was involved.
Yes, I heard about that.
Well, I asked round about it. I routed out the brokers. I found a lot of mystery and concealment, as one always does, you know, when somebody's been rigging the market. And I did, in fact, find that one man was at the back of it all, but it wasn't Levy.
Who was it?
Well, oddly enough, it was Freak.
Freak?
He was behind the whole thing, yes. He bought a lot of shares last week in a secret kind of way, a few of them in his own name, and then quietly sold out on Tuesday at a small profit. A few hundreds is not worth going to all that trouble about, you wouldn't think.
Well, I shouldn't have thought he ever went in for that kind of gamble.
He doesn't, as a rule. That's the funny part of it.
Well, you never know. People do these things just to prove to themselves they could make a fortune that way if they liked.
Well...
However, we mustn't allow ourselves to be distracted by side issues, Charles. What we must concentrate on is the imposter. The fellow who dressed himself in Levy's clothes, slept in Levy's bed, and left smudged prints on Levy's very toothglass.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
Well, of course I am. He is the fellow we're after, Charles. The man with the rubber gloves and the rubber boots. Ah, Bunter, have you seen Mr. Parker out?
Yes, my lord. I was just coming in to attend to the fire.
Oh, you can leave that, old lad. You go to bed. It's nearly midnight. I shall only sit up a short while.
Very good, my lord. But if your lordship would permit of me removing the cups and glasses...
Yes, carry on.
Thank you, my lord.
Carry on. You know, I feel extraordinarily wakeful and alert tonight, Bunter. Like some of those beastly nights we used to have near Cordray in 18.
Now, don't you go worrying yourself about that, my lord.
My brain feels like a hive of bees stirred up with a stick. Somewhere I have got the key to these two things, Bunter.
My lord?
The body in Thipps's bath and the disappearance of Sir Reuben. I know I've got it. Only I can't remember what it is. Somebody said it. Perhaps I said it. I can't remember where, but I know I have got it. What did Mother say about Levy? Yeah, wait a moment. Yes, Mother said something. It's coming back. I remember her talking about Sir Reuben Levy once. She knew Lady Levy, you know, when she was a gal. Christine Ford she was then, of course. Now, what did Mother say?
Yes, dear. I remember so well the dreadful trouble there was about Christine marrying a Jew. That was before Sir Reuben had made all his money, of course, in that oil business out in America, and he hadn't any means at all, and the Fords didn't like his religion. Of course, we're all Jews nowadays, and they wouldn't have minded so much if he'd pretended to be something else. Still, there it was. It was obviously so much better for the gal to marry a man she was really fond of, and there's no denying they have have been a model couple. So devoted to each other, dear. So devoted to each other.
Not quite. No, it was something else. Something... Oh, I almost had it then, but it's gone. Yes, it's gone now.
If you'll excuse my saying so, my lord, I really think you should go to bed. The room is becoming cold, my lord, and with respect, your lordship is beginning to look a little feverish.
No, I'm all right, Bunter. So, another log on the fire, if you must.
Thank you, my lord.
I wonder. I wonder if that is true about Levy being ill. I'd like to talk to Freak. Mother knows him, of course, but... Bunter?
My lord?
Bunter, is Sir Julian Freak a member of either of my clubs?
I could consult who's who, my lord, if your lordship will excuse me. Franklin, Fraser, Fredericks, Fretus... Freak! Clubs. White's, Oxford and Cambridge, Alpine, my lord. No, my lord.
No? Oh, well, it don't matter. But I think I did meet the fellow once. Anyway, you go off to bed now, Bunter. Don't worry about me. I'll dip into one of these new books from the Times Book Club for a few minutes.
Very good, my lord.
Good night, then, Bunter.
Good night, my lord.
Now, then. Physiological Bases of the Conscience by Sir Julian Freak. The knowledge of good and evil is an observed phenomenon, attendant upon a certain condition of the brain cells, which is removable. Mind is matter, matter is mind again, eh? Conscience in man may, in fact... Oh, dear. May, in fact,
be compared to the sting of a honeybee, which so far from conducing to the welfare of its possessor, cannot function even in a single instance without occasioning its death. The survival value in each case is thus purely social, and if humanity ever passes from its present phase of social development into that of a higher individualism, we may suppose that this interesting mental phenomenon may gradually become atrophied and cease to appear, cease to appear, cease to appear.
Right, so that's an ideal doctrine for a criminal, ain't it? A man who believes that would never think twice about... Oh, no. Oh, God, no!
The knowledge of good and evil is removable, removable, removable.
Enough, it was Freak. He was behind the whole thing.
I knew Lady Levy when she was a young girl, and, well, we've remained good friends.
It was obviously so much better for the gal to marry a man she was really fond of.
He's the fellow we're after, Charles. The man with rubber gloves and rubber boots.
Very often, the only time I have for research is at night.
Clubs, White's, Oxford and Cambridge, Alpine, my lord.
You and I, Wimsey, know that the body was brought across the room.
A man she was really
Well, we've
fond
remained good friends.
The family wanted her to marry Julian Freak, you know, dear. Not that there was ever a real engagement, only a sort of understanding with her father. I believe young Freak was really devoted to her, but she fell in love with this Mr. Levy.
No! Oh! Oh, it's impossible.
The knowledge of good and evil is a phenomenon of the brain and is removable, 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 removable.
No! No! Sergeant! Sergeant Bunter! Bunter! Sergeant!
Yes, my lord?
Listen.
It's all right, my lord. You get to bed quick and I'll fetch you a drop of morphine. You're shivering. You've been sitting up too late.
Listen, Sergeant, over there, listen. Can you hear the guns? It's the Boche.
Oh, dear. No, it's all right, Major. Now, don't you worry.
Look, shh. Listen, Bud. Tap. Oh, my God, they're mining us. There it is again. Listen. Oh, God, I can't hear anything for the noise of those damn guns.
It's all right, Major. It's all right. That's our own sappers at work in the communication trench. Don't you fret about that, sir.
Our own sappers? Look, are you sure of that?
Certain of it, sir. Now, you just come and lay down a bit, sir. They've come to take over this section.
You're sure it's safe to leave it?
Safe as houses, sir. Come along now. Come along, sir. On your bed now, sir.
Oh.
That's the way, sir. Now.
Oh. Oh.
Dear, dear.
Oh.
I thought we'd seen the last of these attacks. Overdoing himself, he has.
Oh.
Bloody little fool.
Oh.
Mr. Parker, Your Grace.
Thank you, Bunter. Good morning, Mr. Parker.
Good morning, Your Grace. Good morning, Wimsey. Sorry you've been having a bad turn, old man. You're looking a bit seedy.
Morning, Charles.
Mr. Parker, I'm going to take this silly boy down to Denver for the weekend. He's been waking poor Bunter up in the middle of the night with scares about Germans, as if that wasn't all over years ago. And he hasn't had an attack for ages, but he was so dreadfully bad in 1918, you know, and I suppose we can't expect to forget all about a great war in a year or two. Still, I think a little peace and quiet at Denver won't do him any harm.
Charles, I am going away for a couple of days because what has to be done for the moment can be much better done by you than me. Now, this is a description of the Battersea corpse as he was before he was shaved and cleaned up. I want you to take it to Scotland Yard immediately and get it sent out to all the workhouses, infirmaries, police stations, YMCAs, and so on in London. I want to know whether any man answering to this description has been taken in anywhere, alive or dead, during the last fortnight. Now, see Sir Andrew Mackenzie personally and get the paper sent out by his authority. Tell him you have solved the problem of the Levy murder and the Battersea mystery.
Murder?
And ask him to have men in readiness with a warrant to arrest a very dangerous and important criminal at any moment on your information. When the replies to this paper come in, search for any mention of St. Luke's Hospital or of any person connected with St. Luke's Hospital and send for me at once.
Yes, but Peter...
Now, meanwhile, Charles, scrape up acquaintance, I don't care how, with one of the students at St. Luke's. I shall come up to town as soon as I hear from you, and I shall expect to find a nice, ingenuous Sawbones here to meet me.
Yes, I will. But, Peter, are you saying that you've got to the bottom of this thing?
Yes. But I may be wrong.
You won't tell me?
Do you know, honestly, I'd rather not. I say I may be wrong, and I'd feel as if I'd libelled the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Well, tell me at least, is it one mystery or is it two?
One.
You talked of the Levy murder. Levy is dead.
Yes.
Oh, God! Peter! Is that your fever coming on again? Now, whatever you two are chattering about, you'd better stop it at once if it excites you. Besides, it's time to be off.
You're all right, Mother. Well, goodbye, Charles. I'll see you in a day or two.
Oh, goodbye, Peter. Get better, old man.
My lord?
Ah, Bunter. Yeah, we're ready.
Very good, my lord.
Now, you understand what I want you to do in my absence, don't you?
Perfectly, thank you, my lord.
Excellent. Then I shall be hearing from you, Bunter.
Yes, my lord. I shall write as soon as possible. "110A, Piccadilly, W1. My lord, I write, as your lordship directed, to inform you of the result of my investigations. I experienced no difficulty in becoming acquainted with Sir Julian Freke's manservant, a man called John Cummings. He belongs to the same club as the Honourable Frederick Arbuthnot's man, who is a friend of mine, and yesterday evening, after the three of us had dined together, I invited Cummings to drinks and a cigar in the flat. Your lordship will excuse me doing this, knowing that it is not my habit, but it has always been my experience that the best way to gain a man's confidence is to let him suppose that one takes advantage of one's employer. I gave him the best old port, having heard you and Mr. Arbuthnot talk over it, and its effects were quite equal to my expectations as regards the principal matter in hand. though I very much regret to state that the man had so little understanding of what was offered to him that he smoked a cigar with it. One of your lordship's Villary Villas. Your lordship will, I know, sympathise with my feelings. Over dinner, I'd set myself to discover Cummings' tastes and found them to run in the direction of the music hall stage. During the first glass, therefore, I drew him out in this direction, your lordship having very kindly given me opportunities of seeing every performance in London, and I may say that his views on women and the stage were such as I should have expected from a man who would smoke with your lordship's port. With the second glass, I introduced the subject of your lordship's inquiries. In order to save time, I will write our conversation in the form of a dialogue, as nearly as possible as it actually took place.
You seem to get many opportunities of seeing a bit of life, Mr. Bunter.
One can always make opportunities if one knows how, Mr. Cummings.
It's very easy for you to talk, Mr. Bunter, with a governor who often goes out and not being married yourself neither. But what's a man to do with a nagging fool of a wife and a blasted scientific doctor for an employer who sits up all night cutting up dead bodies and experimenting with frogs?
All night? Does he keep you up late, you mean?
Not him. Far from it. House locked up and household to bed at 10:30. That's his little rule. But when I go to bed, I like to go to sleep.
What does Sir Julian do then? Walk about the house?
Doesn't he? All night. And in and out of the private door to the hospital. Our bedroom's right at the top, but, Lord, what's that? You bang the door so you can hear him all over the house.
Many's the time I've had to speak to Lord Peter about that, Mr. Cummings. And talking all night. And baths?
Baths? When do you think he chose to have a bath last Monday night? 3 o'clock in the morning we was waked up. I'll give you my word, Mr. Bunter.
Is Sir Julian habitually as late as that?
Well, no, I will say, not as a general rule. And he did apologise in the morning.
Well, one can put up with a great deal from a gentleman that has the manners to apologise, Mr. Cummings. And, of course, sometimes they can't help themselves. A visitor will come in unexpectedly, keep them late, perhaps.
That's true enough, Mr. Bunter. Yes. Now I come to think of it, there was a gentleman came in on Monday evening. Not that he came late, but he stayed about an hour and may have put Sir Julian behindhand.
Very likely. Let me give you some more port, Mr. Cummings, or a little of Lord Peter's old brandy.
A little of the brandy, thank you, Mr. Bunter.
Yes, I agree with you, Mr. Cummings. There's nothing more wearisome than sitting up to see visitors out. As you had to do on Monday?
Oh, no, Mr. Bunter, no, I didn't see that one out. No, Sir Julian let him out himself at 10 o'clock or thereabouts.
Does Sir Julian always do that?
Well, that depends. If he sees visitors downstairs, he lets them out himself. If he sees them upstairs in the library, he rings for me.
This was a downstairs visitor, then?
Oh, yes. Sir Julian opened the door to him, I remember. He happened to be working in the hall. Though, now I come to think of it, they went up to the library afterwards. Still, anyway, we heard him go at 10, or it may have been a bit before. He'd only stayed about 3/4 of an hour. However, as I was saying, there was Sir Julian banging in and out of that private door all night and a bath at 3 in the morning. It beats me. If I had all his money, curse me if I'd go poking about with dead men in the middle of the night. I'd find something better to do with my time. Mr. Bunter?
I need not repeat any more of his conversation, as it did not concern the events of Monday night. I should wish to add, however, as a tribute to the great merits of your lordship's cellar, that although I was obliged to drink a somewhat large quantity both of the Coburn 68 and the 1800 Napoleon, I feel no headache or other ill effects this morning. Trusting that your lordship is deriving real benefit from the country air, I remain,
with respectful duty to all the family, obediently your Mervyn Bunter. Obliged to drink a somewhat large quantity indeed. Hello, Mother.
Hello, dear. A telegram's just arrived for you. I thought I'd bring it in.
Thank you. It's from Charles. Description recognised. Chelsea workhouse. Unknown vagrant. Injured, street accident Wednesday week. Died workhouse Monday. Delivered St. Luke's Hospital same evening by order of Freak. Much puzzled Charles. Oh, I say, oh, absolutely top hole. Well, I'm glad I've puzzled old Parker Bird. Gives me confidence in myself. Makes me feel like Sherlock Holmes. Ah, dash it all, those. That's a beastly business. Mother?
Yes, dear?
You know Lady Levy, don't you?
I used to know her quite well when she was Christine Ford. Why, dear?
Because there's a terrible piece of news to be broken to her about her husband.
What? Is he dead, dear?
Very, I'm afraid.
Oh, poor Christine.
You have to go and identify him, Mother, and...
Yes, dear?
Well, it'll be under rather revolting circumstances.
I'll come with you, dear.
Episode 5. Bunter brings a letter. Lord Peter Wimsey, investigating the appearance of an unidentified corpse in a Battersea bathroom and the simultaneous disappearance of a financier, Sir Reuben Levy, now knows that a murder has been committed. To help confirm his suspicions as to the identity of the murderer, he's had his friend, Inspector Parker, bring along to his flat an unsuspecting medical student from St. Luke's Hospital, Battersea.
So you don't like detective stories then, Mr. Pickett?
Oh, yes, Lord Peter.
Uh-huh.
No, I was only saying that the thing I object to in them is the way fellows remember every blooming thing that's happened to them within the last 6 months.
Indeed.
Reel it all off like a page of poetry, they do. It ain't like that in real life.
Well, no, but writers have to consider their readers, you see. The real conversation would be so long and twaddly and tedious, nobody would have the patience to read it. The same with police statements, eh, old Parker?
Certainly. A man doesn't say to the police, last Friday I went out at 10 a.m. to buy a mutton chop, and as I was turning into Mortimer Street, I noticed a girl of about 22 with black hair and brown eyes, wearing a green jumper, check skirt, Panama hat and black shoes, riding a Royal Sunbeam cycle at about 10 miles an hour on the wrong side of the road.
Indeed, no.
It amounts to that, of course, but it's really wormed out of him by a series of questions.
Well, yes, but I bet you most people will find it jolly difficult to remember, even if you ask them the right questions. Why should I know?
What do you mean if I were to ask you, in a general sort of way, what you were doing, say, a week ago today, last Tuesday, that is, you wouldn't be able to tell me a thing about it offhand?
Well, I'm sure I shouldn't.
Oh, come
Except that I was in at the hospital, as usual, I suppose.
Well, come now, Mr. Piggott. Look, I'm sure you recollect what work you were doing in the dissection room that day, for example.
Lord, no. Well, not for certain, Lord.
Look, I would bet you half a crown to sixpence that you'll remember within 5 minutes.
I'm sure I can't.
Let's see, shall we? All right, then. Now, do you keep a notebook of the work you do when you dissect? Drawings or anything?
Oh, yes.
Right, well, think of that, then. Now, what was the last thing that you did in it?
Oh, that's easy. I only did it this morning. It was leg muscles.
Good. Well, now, turn back the pages of your drawing book in your mind. What came before that?
Some animals. Still legs. I'm doing motor muscles at present. Yes, that's it. I remember now. It was old Cunningham's demonstration on comparative anatomy. I did rather a good thing of a hare's leg.
And what day was Mr. Cunningham's lecture?
Friday.
Friday. I see. Right. Well, now, turn back again. What comes before that?
I've no idea, Lord.
Now, look, think of the open book in your mind's eye. What's opposite your hare's leg?
Yes. Something coloured. Round. Oh, yes, it's a hand.
Good.
Oh, and before that, there's a drawing of a set of arms.
Excellent. Did you make those on the Thursday?
No, not in the dissecting room on Thursdays.
I see.
It must have been Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Wednesday afternoon, after we'd seen those tetanus patients. I remember going back because I wanted to finish them.
I see. And when did you start them?
Tuesday, I suppose.
And were they a man's arms or a woman's arms?
Oh, a man's.
So last Tuesday, a week ago today, that is, you were dissecting a man's arms in the dissecting room.
Well, yes, I suppose so.
Sixpence, please.
Bravo. By Jove, Lord Peter.
No, wait a moment. You know a lot more about it than that. You've no idea how much you know, Mr. Bigot. You know what kind of a man he was for a start.
Well, he was a pauper from the workhouse, I suppose.
Well, what was his skin like? Now, think back. Was it young, fair skin?
Oh, no, ordinary skin, I think.
Uh-huh. A lean, stringy arm, perhaps, with no extra fat anywhere?
Oh, no. I was rather annoyed about that. I wanted a good muscular arm, but it was poorly developed, and the fat got in my way.
A sedentary man who didn't do much manual work, what?
That's right.
About how old would you put him?
Oh, 50, about 50.
Good. We'll see what a fine memory our young friend has, Charles.
Yes, indeed I do.
Well, let's see what else you remember, Mr. Piggott. There were other students at work on the same body, I suppose.
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh. So, who's doing the head?
Old Freak.
Freak?
That's Sir Julian Freak.
Yes,
you know, the great neurologist.
Yes.
He's in charge of us. Yes, that's right. He bagged the head for himself. I remember little Binns was very cross about that.
Oh, I see. And what was Sir Julian doing with the head?
Well, he called us up and gave us a lecture on spinal hemorrhage and nervous lesions. Oh, and the chap was a Jew. I noticed that, too.
You see how easy it is.
Oh, and another thing, Lord Peter.
What's that?
Tommy Pringle made a joke about it, so I remember. Tommy was doing the alimentary canal, and he thought it funny that a workhouse pauper should have so much food inside him. He'd come by his death shortly after a full meal, you see.
Very interesting, Mr. Piggott. Now you see how much you can remember. On Tuesday week, you were dissecting the arm muscles of a middle-aged Jew of sedentary habits who, shortly after eating a heavy meal, had died of some injury producing spinal hemorrhage and nervous lesions, and who was presumed to come from the workhouse, yes?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Piggott. I think that proves my point, what?
I don't think our young friend suspected anything, do you, Wimsey?
For him, Charles, it's just been a delightful evening drinking the best wine that he's ever tasted.
Whereas to you, it's almost conclusive proof you're right.
Exactly.
But are you sure you're not making a mistake, Peter? I'm still as full of objections to this idea as an egg is of meat.
So am I, old man. That's why I want to dig up the man who was buried in a pauper's grave at the end of last week. Have you got the exhumation order?
Yes, for tomorrow afternoon.
Good. Well, if Lady Levy identifies him positively... Oh, it's beastly, Charles, I know, but I'm sorry, it has got to be done.
What does it?
Now, look here. According to the Chelsea workhouse, a dead man, not unlike Levy in general outline, was delivered to Freak on Monday for purposes of dissection. That night, Levy himself disappeared after visiting Freak in Battersea. The next morning, the Chelsea corpse, somewhat disguised, was found in Mr. Thipps's bath, not 100 yards from the hospital.
Yes, but why, Peter?
The motive? An old jealousy. 20 years ago, Freak was almost engaged to a Miss Christine Ford, and Levy, who was nobody then, romped in and carried her off under his nose.
But 20 years, Peter.
I know, but Freak's vanity was hurt, you see. He felt humiliated. It wasn't the girl he bothered about, it was having his aristocratic nose put out of joint by a little Jewish nobody. Now, that is the thing that rankled Charles.
Yes, well, that sounds all right, Peter, but...
Now, look at the evidence, if you don't believe me, Charles. The man who went to Levy's house and slept in his bed knew the house well, had red hair, and was slightly smaller than Levy. Freak is a friend of the family, about 5'11", and has an auburn mane. Now, take the other side. The man who put the Chelsea vagrant in Mr. Thipps's bath had to carry it across the slippery roof on a wet night. Freak is a member of the Alpine Club. The man wore surgical gloves and let the body down from the roof with a surgical bandage. Freak is a surgeon. The man undoubtedly lived in the neighborhood. Freak lives next door. Every time we look at Freak, he leads somewhere. Whereas Milligan and Thipps and Crimplesham and all the other people we've honored with our suspicions simply lead nowhere.
Yes, but it's still not as simple as you make out, Peter. I mean, what was Levy doing in that surreptitious way at Freak's on Monday night?
Well, you have Freak's explanation. He was concerned about his health.
Oh, rot, that won't do.
No, it won't. So, why did Freak lie?
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you, Charles. Because Levy, contrary to all expectations, had been seen at the corner of the road. Now, that was a nasty accident for Freak. He'd reckoned, you see, on nobody's ever connecting Levy with Battersea.
But then we come back to the first question. Why did Levy go there?
Well, I don't know. I wish I did. But Freak expected him all right, and he made arrangements to let him in himself, so that his man Cummins shouldn't see who the caller was.
But didn't the caller leave at 10?
Oh, Charles. Cummins heard someone say good night, that's all. Clearly, Freak walked out of the front door, came in a few moments later at the side door, went up to the library and rang for Cummings to prove that he was there. Simple, you see?
And Levy was there too. Dead.
Certainly. Probably in an adjacent room. Then Freak switched the bodies round, dressed up in Levy's clothes, and went to Park Lane to establish that Levy had returned home. An hour or two later, he left Park Lane, came back to Battersea, and went about the business of depositing the vagrants in Thipps's bath, complete with Crimplesham's pince-nez.
Yes, but why?
Why indeed? Pure accident, perhaps, or pure devilry.
All right, Peter. But why did he concoct such an elaborate scheme at all? Why go to the trouble of switching the two bodies, all the rest of it?
Because, like all murderers, Charles, Freak had to face the problem of disposing of the body. But he realized that there was no harm in leaving around a corpse as such, provided there was no discernible connection between himself and that particular man.
Yeah.
And nearly worked, too. By disguising the vagrant and lying about the length of the man's illness at the inquest, Freak made sure that not even the workhouse doctor who'd sent him along to St. Luke's would realize it was the same fellow.
Oh, what went wrong, then?
A chain of unforeseen accidents, really. Chiefly Levy's being recognized, and the fact that you and I, who were working on the two ends of the case, were good friends. Must have been a nasty shock for Freak at the inquest. He knew of my connection with the Battersea end of the mystery, and then you were introduced to him as the detective in charge of the Levy investigation.
By your mother.
Precisely, Elby. Freak's aim in life, you see, was to prevent the two ends of the problem from linking up.
Yes.
And there at the inquest were you and my mother. Two of the links, literally, side by side.
Yes, my lord?
Ah, Bunter. Beastly foggy morning, ain't it?
A regular pea souper, my lord.
I was just wondering whether to go out.
I would not advise it, my lord. Really, I wouldn't.
Well, I've got to go out this afternoon for the exhumation. May as well get accustomed to it now. You better come along to that, too, incidentally, Bunter. Make sure I keep wrapped up warm.
Very good, my lord. But if your lordship will forgive my mentioning it, you're only just now getting over your attack of the other night.
Yes, well, that was something quite different, Bunter. Mere nerves, and fog don't make any difference to one's nerves. Besides, I happen to be going to see a Harley Street nerve specialist. In fact, Bunter, I am going to pay a call on the greatest neurologist in London.
Yes, I see. Breathe in once more. Perfect. Excellent, Lord Peter. You may put your coat back on now, and please sit down.
Thank you, Sir Julian.
Now, you had these attacks frequently in 1918, you say?
Yes, I was very ill for some months.
And when did you last have an attack like this?
About 9 months ago. I was being worried by certain family matters. It was a question of deciding about some investments, and I was largely responsible.
Yes. And this latest attack?
Well, I was worried. I suddenly found myself faced with a very alarming contingency.
Unexpectedly?
Very unexpected indeed.
Yes. Now, this unexpected contingency was personal to yourself?
It demanded an immediate decision as to my own actions, yes. In that sense, it was certainly personal.
Quite so. You were about to assume some responsibility, no doubt.
A very grave responsibility.
Affecting others besides yourself?
Affecting one other person vitally, and a very great number indirectly.
I see. And does this responsibility still rest upon you?
Yes, it does.
You feel bound to carry through the course of action on which you've decided?
Oh, yes. Yes, I can't back out now.
Of course not. So, you're expecting further strain?
A certain amount, yes, Sir Julian.
I see. Well, you must exercise great care, Lord Peter. Your nerves are not all they should be.
No?
No. I'll give you something to strengthen them. It'll do you no permanent good, you understand, but it will tide you over a bad time. And I'll also give you a prescription.
Yeah, thank you.
Excuse me, one moment. Whose advice have you had till now, Lord Peter?
Sir James Hodges.
Oh, yes. He was a sad loss to the medical profession. A really great man. True scientist. Now, here is the prescription. And if you'll just remove your coat again and roll up your sleeve, I'll deal with the necessity of the immediate moment.
Yeah, right here. I say, Sir Julian, what's that you're going to stick into me? Bugs?
Not exactly. You've had injections before, Lord Peter, I'm sure.
A few.
Well, this won't hurt.
Yes, I've had 'em before, Sir Julian, and do know I don't care frightfully about 'em. No, Sir Julian.
As you like, of course, Lord Peter.
I'm afraid I'm rather a silly ass, but I never could abide those little gadgets. I had one once that went wrong and gave me a rotten bad time. They make me a bit nervous, you know.
In that case, it would certainly be better not to proceed with this part of the treatment. Very well, just take the prescription then, and do what you can to lessen the immediate strain as far as possible.
Oh, yes, I'll take it easy, thanks. I'm much obliged to you, Sir Julian. Much obliged.
Goodbye, then, Lord Peter. And my regards to your mother.
Certainly, Sir Julian. Goodbye.
Yes, a scar on the arm, an appendicitis scar, and a mole just under the left breast. That should be sufficient. Could we have the towel over the head now? If he mustn't see what's left of his face. Thank you. Inspector Parker?
Yes, Dr. Grimble.
Could you ask Lord Peter to bring Lady Levy in now, please? Thank you. Dr. Colgrove?
I'm here.
Good. Dr. Colgrove, you attended this man in the workhouse. Do you recollect a scar like this?
No, Dr. Grimbold. I think Sir Julian Freak would bear me
Yes,
out.
well, there are reasons why Sir Julian can't be present. That's why I'm asking you.
Well, I'm quite certain I've never seen that scar before.
Thank you. Lady Levy, please come in. I don't want to distress you unnecessarily, but I'm going to ask you to look at a scar and see if you recognize it. Now, please take your time. You won't see anything more than you absolutely must.
Oh, Lord Peter.
It's all right, Lady Levy. Let's take my arm.
Thank you.
And now, Lady Levy, this appendicitis scar.
Oh, yes. Yes, I could never be mistaken about that. Oh, Reuben.
Just a moment more, please, Lady Levy. Do you also recognize this mole?
Oh, I think so. Yes, I'm sure, in fact. Oh, yes, that's where it was. Yes.
And this other scar, the three-cornered one just above the elbow?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Lady Levy, I'm sorry, but I must ask you definitely. Do you, from these three marks, identify the body as that of your husband?
Well, I mustn't I? Nobody else could have them just the same, in just these places. It is my husband. It is Reuben.
Thank you, Lady Levy. You've been very brave and very helpful. Thank you, Lord Peter.
Come along then, Lady Levy. My mother's next door, and she'll take you home.
Well, Inspector Parker.
Doctor.
I trust I can leave this painful business in your hands now.
Thank you. Robertson, sir. Tell Inspector Sugg to get going.
Yes, sir.
Shocking case, Inspector, quite shocking. I was, of course, most uneasy at the inquest, as you know. But to think that so distinguished a man, well, I can hardly believe it.
That's quite so, Dr. Grimble. Peter. As I sent my men off...
Yes, I noticed them going, and I sent Bunter with them. Hope you don't mind. Thought I'd like to be represented at the kill.
Not a bit. That's why I sent Sugg. Poor devil, they've had him up on the mat at headquarters for bungling the case. All that evidence of Thipps's about the nightclub was corroborated, you know. I was almost sorry for Sugg, so I sent him along to make the arrest.
Well, let's hope he gets there in time, then, Charles.
You think he might not?
I rather fear he might not. Oh, that'll be Bunter now, Charles. Bunter? Bunter?
My lord?
Well?
We got him, my lord.
Good grief. Alive?
Inspector Sugg was just in time, yes, my lord. He rang the bell and marched straight past Cummings up to the library. Sir Julian was doing some writing, and when the police burst in, he made a grab, if I may put it that way, for his hypodermic, my lord. But they were too quick for him.
Good for Sugg.
Yes, sir. Sir Julian was then searched thoroughly and has now been taken to prison.
Well, I'm damned.
Incidentally, my lord, Sir Julian asked me to convey to your lordship his congratulations. He acknowledged defeat, my lord, and spoke highly of your lordship's perspicacity and intelligence.
How charming of him.
Indeed, my lord. Sir Julian also wished me to tell your lordship that he appreciated your motive in calling on him this morning, conveying a warning, as it were.
Well, he tried to kill me for my pains.
Yes, my lord. Sir Julian remarked to me that he was pleased you had not underestimated his nerve in that matter. The injection he was on the point of administering to your lordship would have proved fatal, and according to Sir Julian was undetectable, my lord.
He certainly is a point of crime, ain't he? Right from the start, Charles. You remember when we found the body in Thipps's bath with Crimplecham's pince-nez on its nose? We knew we were up against a blighter with a sense of humour.
Rather a macabre sense of humour, Peter.
True. And I wonder if we'll ever know all the details. Why he did it in that particular way.
Yes, my lord. Sir Julian was writing a full confession when he was apprehended, my lord. It's addressed to your lordship, and Inspector Sugg allowed me to bring it with me, though it will have to go to the police eventually, of course.
Is that it? Yeah, thank you, Bunter.
Inspector Sugg did ask Sir Julian one or two questions, my lord, particularly as regards the body in Mr. Thipps's bath.
Well, Sugg did get rather the wrong end of the stick there. Tell us, then, Bunter, O messenger of the gods, why Thipps?
It appears that Sir Julian intended to leave the body on the roof of Queen Caroline Mansions, my lord, but when he noticed Mr. Thipps's bathroom window open, it occurred to him how delightful it would be, the words are Sir Julian's, not mine, my lord, to deposit the corpse there. Sir Julian said that Mr. Thipps had once called on him with an anti-vivisection pamphlet and had chattered for a long time on the subject.
Poor little Thipps.
What about Crimplecham's pince-nez, Bunter?
Sir Julian explained that too, sir. It seems he was caught in the rush at Victoria that Monday afternoon and, on emerging, found the glasses involved in the astrachan collar of his overcoat. The motive for leaving them on the body was, I believe, simply to mislead the police, but no doubt it is all explained in the letter.
Yes, it is, I think, Bunter. It's a deuced long letter, anyway. Dear Lord Peter, I prefer to acknowledge defeat, etc., etc., etc. Oh, dear. A lot of theoretical stuff about the criminal's conscience. Ah, yes, here we are. My original sensual impulse to kill Sir Reuben Levy had, over the years, become profoundly modified by my habits of thought. To the animal lust to slay and the primitive human desire of revenge, there had been added the rational intention of substantiating my own theories for the satisfaction of myself and the world. Cool, ain't it?
Yes. Well, why did he wait so long, then?
Wait a moment. Early career. Not enough money to have absolute command of circumstance. Contented myself during that period with keeping up a friendly connection with Reuben Levy and his family. Yes, here we are. Now, it was not till I obtained the practical direction of St. Luke's Hospital that I found myself perfectly unfettered in the choice and handling of dead bodies. Of course.
There's one thing I would like to know, Peter. How did he get Levy to come round to Battersea that night?
Yes, how did he do it? Chelsea workhouse, unknown vagrant, strong superficial resemblance to Sir Reuben. Hello, what's this? I decided that the fellow would suit my purpose very well, and accordingly I immediately put in train certain transactions in the city which I had already sketched out in my mind.
Maybe it's those Peruvian oil shares, Peter.
By Jove, Charles, you know I believe you're right. Yeah, listen to this. On the Thursday and Friday of that week, I made private arrangements with various brokers to buy the stock of certain Peruvian oil fields which had gone down almost to waste paper. At this point,
I was, of course, careful not to let my name appear. And on Monday morning, the market in Peruvians opened briskly. Rumours had evidently got about that somebody knew something, and I was not the only buyer in the market that day. At lunchtime, I made my arrangements to run into Levy accidentally at the corner of the Mansion House. He expressed his surprise at seeing me in that part of London, and I simulated some embarrassment and suggested we should lunch together. I dragged him to a place a bit off the usual beat, and there ordered a good wine and drank of it as much as he might suppose sufficient to induce a confidential mood. How are things going on 'Change, Reuben?
All right. You thinking of joining us, Julian? What are you doing down here, having a little flutter?
As a matter of fact, yes, I am. I've been put on to rather a good thing. Now, I don't want it to get about, but Have you heard about Peruvian oil?
Oh, I've heard rumours, but I've no idea what's going on. What's it all about? I thought the thing was hollow. Hasn't paid a dividend for 17 years.
No, it hasn't. But it's going to. I've got inside information. Look here, I'm not giving this away to everyone, but I don't mind doing you and Christine a good turn.
Oh, it's very kind of you, old man, but I'm a cautious bird, you know. Always was. I'd like a bit of proof.
I'll give it to you. But it isn't safe here. Come round to my place tonight after dinner. I'll show you the report.
How did you get hold of it?
I'll tell you tonight. Come round after dinner, any time after 9, say.
Harley Street?
No, Battersea, Prince of Wales Road. I've got some work to do at the hospital. And look here, Reuben. Don't let on to a soul that you're coming.
All right. I won't say a word to anybody. I'll turn up about 9 o'clock. You sure you know what you're doing?
Trust me, old man. It can't go wrong. It simply can't go wrong. I knew that would fetch him. And incidentally, I killed him that evening while he was poring over a bogus company report I'd concocted for him. And I was still prattling on about doing him a good turn as a symbol of our old friendship. If only he'd known. If only he'd known.
So, that's how he did it, huh?
Yes. Do you know, Charles, I don't care frightfully about reading any more of this letter. Look, you better take it. All that coolness. All those brains. And yet...
I know what you mean, old man.
Charles, I think I shall give a dinner party. One night next week, Bunter. A dinner party to Mr. John P. Milligan and his secretary, and to Messrs. Crimplesham and Wicks. All our suspects, in fact. I feel they deserve it for not having murdered poor old Levy.
Well, don't forget the Thippses, Peter.
On no account would I deprive myself of the pleasure of Mrs. Thipps's company, Charles. Bunter?
My lord.
Let's have a bottle of bubbly, shall we?
And so, dear listeners, the mystery of the body in the bath is laid to rest, thanks to the keen eye and sharp wit of Lord Peter Wimsey. Dorothy L. Sayers gave us a beginning here. If you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast, I'd ask just one small favor. Do help keep the lamps burning here at Detective Radio. Subscribe to the channel so you'll never miss the next tale of crime and detection. And of course, I'd be delighted to hear from you. Drop us a comment below and share your thoughts on Wimsey's very first adventure, or perhaps suggest which mystery you'd like to hear next. Until then, this is Edward, bidding you good night, and reminding you, the game is never truly over, not while mysteries remain unsolved.